welcome to Call to Action Live, our 100th episode. How did we get here? I feel like we just blinked and suddenly here we are at 100. We even almost forgot that it was 100 and we're like, oh, well, we got to celebrate that. So we're super excited to have you here on this Saturday night to party and have fun. And joining me on my right is the lovely and talented Alex. How are you doing?
Man, I'm spiffy. I'm dapper AF. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't believe we're at 100. Like, how did that happen? Like, it didn't really occur to us until earlier today. We were like, oh, who's going to be on tonight's episode? And it just occurred to us, this is our 100th episode. And also, we've been doing it for this long. So what is time?
What is time? Seriously, this year, too, I feel like the episode's just been flying by as time otherwise goes by slow.
True. Very true.
All right. So to try to make this episode a little bit special, we've decided to do a contest. We're starting to do these kind of things. We think it's fun, and we think this is the perfect opportunity. So here's the rules, and we'll say the rules a couple times throughout the show, is we want you to tweet out either a link to this episode or just like a highlight, like this is my favorite Call to Action Live episode or memory or things like that. Something about the celebration of the fact that we're on 100 episodes with the hashtag C2A Live 100. And at the end of the show, we will pull a name and you will win a $25 Amazon card. So you can buy movies with that. You can buy comics with that. You can buy food with that. I mean, like, it's pretty versatile. So
Amazon, they do a lot. So they have a lot
on Amazon. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty cheap things to think of. Run out of toothpaste, Amazon. You're good.
Yeah, a whole bunch.
So can't wait to find out who wins. Hope you guys have fun with that contest. And yeah, we'll keep you up to date on what's going on with that. So getting into the nitty gritty of things, Alex, this was a pretty dang great week of episodes of Schmoedown. Like not just the matches, but it was Paul's first ever engineering of coming up next. And I have to give him a little bit of a round of applause for that. He did a pretty damn good job. But yeah, back to the matches, Alex. What are your thoughts on the deception? And why am I drawing a blank on their name?
Lethal Weapons.
Thank you.
Yes. This was a really, really big match. I wish I could have. I actually have my old notebook here. But going into this, starting in early mid-October, whenever they made the team announcements and everything, I did the list. I had Lethal Weapons. Okay, just giving you a good heads up. Spoilers, y'all. Spoilers. Surprise. But I had Lethal Weapon going into this, winning the tournament. I did. If you look back at another Call Live episode from mid-October, that was my big takeaway from looking at all the teams. Now, there's a lot to take away from this match. There's a lot going on with the Lethal Weapons in particular, as well as a rookie team slammed it out of the park. They did fantastic with Marisol McKee going up teamed up with Adam Collins. And so I was just like, these are really great competitors, but they're up against, a former singles champion and Andrew Ghai, who's also been on multiple really fantastic top ranking teams. So going into this, I was like, it feels like a given. Yeah. But this was a weird match, a great match, but a weird one. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't know how I felt going into this. Honestly, I mean, on my bracket, I have Deception winning the whole thing. But this is the one match with them though, where I'm like, but I know what Ghai can do. I have seen what he can do, particularly in teams. He thrives in a team environment. And I think Ethan's got just enough of that give and take for the personality thing that they're going to mesh very well as a team, which they did, is what I saw in the match. Plus, Ethan's just a powerhouse player. You cannot... I feel like Ethan does know everything, just sometimes he just isn't able to play. It's all there. He knows everything. I mean, quantum physics, he knows, how to... paint masterful paintings. It's just whether he's
the root of pi. He casually has an infinite amount of knowledge, and he's just so chill about it. It's obnoxious, really. It's just how do you do it, my dude?
Right.
Yeah, so there's a lot to kind of dive into this match. Yeah, when it comes to Lethal Weapons, going into this match, again, I had them, winning the tournament, but also, on a psychological level, going into it, Andrew Ghai's definitely in a weird place right now. Not only as a singles player, but also as a teams player. He was very vocal, on social media and, on his own Facebook channel and everything. Sorry, his YouTube channel and everything with Team Action. The Action Industries, that he isn't super motivated to continue with Schmoedown in a virtual format. Now, I do think that he made that announcement though, really based on how he was going to do in the teams tournament in particular, because he was also mentioned, once he did break up with Team Action and everything, he was very picky about who he could be potentially aligned with. And Drew McQueenie was one competitor, and Ethan Irwin was another competitor he could see himself. This was like a year ago when he said, these are like two competitors that I can see himself with. So, and with that being said, with this team up, there was a lot of love for this team from the get-go before they ever even played.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, just seeing that pair up of both teams is just mind-boggling. Like, what are they going to be able to pull? Adam Collins, like, I kind of like agree with what Paul says all the time. He's like, I am not going to root against Adam Collins until he loses, because how can you? He has proven over and over again to not be underestimated, and just like how strong of a player he really is. And then Marisol is just, not only is she a gem of a human being, but she is also a fantastic player. So just that pair up, and with Shannon as their manager, I'm like, this is going to be a team to be reckoned with. And Lethal Weapons will have to bring their A game, but they are perfectly capable of bringing their A game because who was a part of the team. But watching that match, though, it was just blow by blow.
Heartbreaking. Oh, God. It tugged at the heart. I started tearing up a little bit, to be completely honest. In the first round, they were right there on each other. And it really showed that Ethan Irwin and Adam Collins, they have a very similar thought process, the way they navigate questions and answers. You can see the gears turning with them in a very similar way. They're very similar as far as strengths and weaknesses go. That's what I think. Yeah. And same, and they were like 14-13 or something along those lines. And also Marisol and Andrew, even though she's a rookie, she was going head to head, with Andrew Ghai. And, who's no easy feat, in singles, obviously, by himself. Now, that being said, so they were like right there on each other going into the second round. Then they spun his opponent's choice. And that wouldn't bother me all that much, but you could see the body language on Andrew Ghai so fast.
Yep. Opponent's choice on an electronic wheel are not his friend.
Yeah, I really did feel for him. Yeah. But also it really just, and also it really kind of showed they didn't have a really great dynamic that we really thought when they were like trying to navigate, Alfred Hitchcock, which is a great category for deception to give them. Very smart on their end. They know it's not a huge strength of theirs, but they know it enough on the surface level stuff in order to pull through. Yeah. So it was just really, really hard to watch. There was a few times where they were like, Jimmy Stewart's in a bunch of them. Jimmy Stewart. And Andrew goes like, do you want to make that? Are you sure you want to make that multiple choice? And Ethan Irwin, without consulting him, he just yelled, Jimmy Stewart, final answer. Yep. And that was incorrect.
Exactly. I think that was very obvious during this match for both teams, is that I feel like Marisol and Adam have a really good way of being able to thoroughly discuss things, yet also trust each other. But if one of them is doubting, even one of the questions, Marisol didn't know the answer, but her cues of what she thought it was reminded Collins what it was, and so he was able to get the answer. I feel like that is a strength that Lethal Weapon was lacking. They didn't seem to have a very good discussion dynamic. So even if maybe one of them did know it somewhere in there, they just weren't able to bring it out of the other, if that makes sense. So I do think that was a big thing that hurt them with this match.
I totally agree, 100%. We also had to remember that going into this match that Ethan Irwin and Andrew Ghai, I feel like they're not only very different types of competitors, but I feel like that was very much reflected in the match itself. Thank you, Brandon.
That's another hashtag. I will actually honestly probably give you another entry into the drawing if you do hashtag draft Alex Mac on Twitter as well.
Girl, I love you. I
Get
love
that
you so
going.
much. I really do. Please. I would love it. I would cry. I would actively cry really quick. But yeah, there was very clear that, Marisol is not a super confident competitor at this point. And that's totally fine. But Adam, he was much more confident going into this match. Just them as a team, their dynamic was really, really solid. Their communication was really great between them. Not to mention, Adam, he didn't know the answer for a handful of them. He said he didn't know the cello question, and he's like, apparently behind the scenes, he was like, please know this. For all that is holy, please. During that question, and he relied on her for a majority of those questions. And the categories they ended up putting on the wheel. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I lost it. I can't remember where
your notes.
Where it's like, yeah, somewhere in my notes, what the categories were. But yeah, this was a really, really interesting wheel too. This is a funky wheel. Do you remember this wheel?
Yeah, I don't remember categories. I don't. I'm very bad about reading the categories on there, so I only know the ones that were spun.
Oh, that's totally fair. Okay, so some of the categories were like 2000s directors, not inner geekdom, classics, Alfred Hitchcock. Modern classics. Coen brothers, Kurt Russell, obviously, Spinner's opponents, scores and soundtracks. It was a really weird wheel because this was a wheel that was like almost as if it was made for classic movie critics.
Yeah, classic knowledge.
What the heck? Yes, there was no category for rom-coms, comedies, Oscars,
which is surprising with like Drew playing stuff like that, because he's more into the like action movies and things like that. So it being more of those like deeper cut classic critic films, it's surprising to me. I do agree that is a very strange wheel that I can't remember another time we've seen one like that really.
Yeah, there was a few categories on there that we haven't seen in a very long time. Modern classics is a category we've rarely ever seen, and that is actively spun away from. That one and historical epics. Like, I am dying to see what is on that category, though. Like, what are the questions in that category?
Somebody
I need to know. Alice, Harlow, I need to know the questions for those categories. I just want to know what defines them, because I chat with people about that category in particular, and we all have different answers. Like, I consider Braveheart a category, a historical epic, but someone told me it technically isn't, and I'm like, WTF?
I mean, it's not a very accurate one, but I'm pretty sure it is one. Like,
yeah, that or Titanic, historical epic. Yep, it's historical and epic. But someone argued it's not historical epic at all. It can be a romance drama, but it's not historical epic.
Oh, and come on.
I was like, who are you? Why?
It's an event that really happened that was very, very dramatic. Like, lots of people died. And the movie itself is over 3 hours long. How long is that movie? It's split into 2 pieces. That's how epic and grand it is.
Literally.
It is the definition of historical epic.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. But yeah, there is like that one in modern classics is, there's no hardcore definition on what a modern classic is. I consider, Lord of the Rings and Kill Bill to be modern classics. But a lot of people disagree with me. So,
I agree with you on Kill Bill for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just so up in the air, and it's also subjective. So that's why it's so scary when I see them on the wheel. But yeah, so this is a really interesting wheel. There was a lot of deep dive knowledge when it comes to these wheels, and anyone that ends up getting this wheel, I would just pray for. So I was really impressed that they scored. Both of them ended up scoring pretty well, considering they were like 23, 25, that kind of thing. So I was very impressed overall.
Yep. And then, of course, Deception got Harrison Ford, which is a category that I feel like, I'll have to admit, I feel like it's slightly more surface level than the Hitchcock one, but still there's some polls there that I didn't know the answer to. And I love Harrison Ford movies. So, like, believe me, I watched those. So, like, I think they did great. and it led to a KO, which is pretty damn good.
That was a huge moment for corruption. That really, like, obviously the usual suspects there was never a conversation where they were going to get it in, even into the top 5 spaces of factions. Like, no doubt about it. But, you know, corruption's in a situation right now. There were only a few points ahead of like Swag and, you know, Finstock and, you know, the Quirky Mercs is really, they're climbing their way up. They're really doing fantastic. So they really needed a few extra cushion points, you know, for this match. And, oh man, now they're like a full 10 points, like I think 10 or 12 points ahead of the second place faction.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely other factions need to pick up some stuff during the rest of this season, which isn't very much. We just have really this is spectacular, so you don't got very many opportunities to catch up, so do your best, teams. Also, I'd like to say people are ignoring my instruction to do the hashtag draft Alex Mac and have changed it to hashtag replace Gucci with Alex Mac. So how would you feel about being a new manager?
I would love it. I actually, but the thing is, I also love Gucci, but I would also love at the end of the day to go head to head with Gucci. I really, really would.
I would pay money to see that.
Sock is retiring from Schmoedown.
Yeah. Give Alex the Droogs.
I would do so much damage with the Droogs. I would do so much damage. Like, y'all don't even know. Okay, I have plans.
Yes. Okay. So there's a few hashtags you guys should be putting out: draft Alex Mac for manager, call to action live 100. Just flood Twitter.
All of them.
Flood it.
All the hashtags.
All the hashtags everywhere. Oh my gosh.
Guys, we're just hanging out there. It's like, yeah, but we're just hanging out. Okay, so going back to the match though, I actually made a mention because I don't want to spend too much more time on this one because we do have several other matches to get to. But I do want to mention this really, actually, I did make a tweet in early mid-October again, mentioning when Adam's Collins started really doing won his second match. That's not a word. It's his second singles match in a row for the singles tournament. I said on Twitter for C2A specifically, Shannon Barney is the best manager for a rookie. Period. Like compared to anyone else, yeah, hands down, easy. And that's exemplified through Marisol and Adam both succeeding as well as they have, as consistently as they had. And you can't really say that for any other manager in the faction manager overall. Now, so in this match just reaffirmed it that Adam is not like a one-time thing where it's like, well, you have Adam, therefore obviously he's going to succeed. No, clearly Shannon's doing something pretty great.
No, absolutely. I completely agree with the statement that rookies have thrived under her. Not just done well, absolutely thrived. And so, like, for next season, like, I'm very, like, questioning how I want things to go. Like, do I want her to retain lots of people? Or do I want them to, like, be sent on their way and then her get a brand new group together of fresh new rookies and then just bring them back up so then the league will just be pumped with all these amazing new players through corruption because she knows how to give that confidence. She knows how to teach training strategies. She just knows how to overall be a great support system for somebody that's brand new to this environment. And I love Shannon so much.
This is a lot of love. I mean, there's no reason not to. Yeah. So now I do hope that other managers, because this is not, okay. Now I do want to clarify. I'm not saying that other managers are not successful. Absolutely not. Yeah. What I am saying is that she is doing something that the other managers are not. That really kind of speaks to her rookies. Now, Koi, Winston, Gucci, they're all fantastic in their own ways and their own individual ways. Like Koi's the best with, honestly, I think he's like the best as far as like redemption competitors. That's another big thesis. If you have a veteran competitor that is looking to redeem themselves or come back in some way, Koi is your man. Not Gucci. But I love Gucci though, so yeah. So, they're all doing something great, but Shannon Shannon's pretty amazing with her rookies. So, no.
Yeah. She's just, there's so many fantastic managers this year. And you are right about Koi. Like, Koi's energy must be like a little battery. Like, okay, you're kind of been, I'm going to charge you up with some like fresh energy and you're going to go out there and kick butt. And it seems to be working because he's just, there's so many good managers this year. Like, it's funny, like Gucci has been one of my favorite managers for years and years, but I think this is the first year he's got competition and he's having to deal with the repercussions of having that much competition. And I think we're gonna have a very different awards ceremony this year than we have in the past.
Agreed. And not only just more competition in general, his faction has had competition like never before on such a large scale. Like there, as far as I can tell, there wasn't really a manager before Gucci that took the management role seriously, and he didn't really even took the management role seriously until I think a season or two ago. Realistically, like he wasn't taking it seriously in the first season. Yeah, that's a fact. He even admits that. So he's like, it's all character. I'm there to have fun and just do a performance. I'm not there to be like, let's talk strategy and performance and the numbers. Like, you know. So now that there's a lot more competition, there's a lot more access to other options.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the awards for many, many reasons, but I think that one is like one of my most anticipated. It's like with the way management has been this season, who is going to win it? Like, is it going to be the same as the winning faction? Or is it going to just be somebody totally different? Like, I'm very curious.
I do want to address something in the chat. Ryan Kramer, what he says. Actually, Ken Knapsack, he actually mentioned on Facebook in a message, like an official post. If I can, I wish I could bring it because I don't have a screenshot, but it was sent to me. And it said specifically, I'm retired from the Schmoedown, friends. I did a favor for a friend, served my term, and now I'm walking north of the wall to live my life in peace. Peace, everybody. And then had like 50 likes and subscribes. So yeah, it was like right there.
Yeah, so I think it's very obvious Ken is leaving the Droogs next season. So either that team will be disbanded, or there'll be a new team taking its place, or maybe someone will just take over that team. I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. But Ken is. When we had him on live or on Chill, he definitely did not seem like he had plans on coming back next season.
Yeah, he's it's just a very different mindset when it comes to Schmoedown. I also want to mention, when it comes to Schmoedown, there's a lot of different types of competitors and managers, and I love the competitors that are in it for the character, and just as much as the competitors that are in it for the knowledge, the Adam Collins, the Bibs, and everything. But for every one of those, there's someone like I'm totally spacing right now. Brittany Young, where she's in there for the character. She's there to have fun. If she wins, awesome. But she's not going to like go out of her way to be like, let's talk strategy and what are the strengths and weaknesses. Let's watch 10 of their old matches. Yeah. Like that's not a conversation you're going to have. So I assume with Brittany's case actually, but yeah, you never know. Things could change though in the future. A lot of people are taking Schmoedown a lot more seriously nowadays.
Absolutely. The league has changed so much for the last couple of years. It was more of this is a fun thing we do that we film occasionally. Now it's like, it is a league. Like there are, the fantasy drafts and things like that. People are doing bets on this. Like it's become, the stakes are so high now that I think people that didn't take it seriously are now like, this is a second job for me. This is a very important part of my life and I need to put focus on it. And I think we are seeing that with a lot of players that are just rising to new levels this season and maybe even further next season.
Yeah, a lot of high stakes and people are just emotionally, physically invested. Like who wouldn't be invested when they worked so hard to go through with it? Like who doesn't? Yeah, but that is our other match.
Yeah, we got to go into talking about that match. But real quick, before we segue into the next match, I'm going to bring up the contest again, in case anyone came in late. What we are doing, it is our 100th episode. It's pretty fantastic. So what we are going to do is we would like you to go to Twitter and either share the link to this video or share just like a description of your favorite moment from C2A on live or things like that. Or who knows, a Schmoedown GIF and just tag us in it. I don't really care. Just something with the hashtag I will put on the screen.
Such as Jeff who did just that. He did the whole thing. He did it dang near perfect. Okay, so thank you, Jeff, who did it, and as well as Jonathan Caro and a few other people. So we thank you.
So please go do that, and then just tell us in the chat if you did. You don't need to send us a picture or anything like that. Just let us know that you did it. We'll put you on the list. And also add it on there if you're going to do a hashtag draft Alex Mac, do it, and I'll also give you another entry because we need to get Twitter flooded with that. So either of those, both of those, just let me know, and I'll put your name in that many times for the drawing for the $25 Amazon gift card.
Kelsey, I love you. I do. You're like the love of my life. Lucas is okay.
I mean, Lucas is fine.
But it's the gams that I'm in love with. Yeah. It's the gams. Oh my gosh, those gams are so nice. But Kelsey, you're the true love of my life. I just
love of my life.
Putting it out there. I love girl.
No, we're gonna cry. It's fine.
No, I won't cry.
We're not gonna cry.
Dude,
we're gonna see those tears for the first live event when we see each other for the first time, and we're just a mess.
No. Damn it, Kelsey.
I know.
I won't.
We're not gonna cry. We're not gonna.
No.
We are powerful, badass babes. We can handle this.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Okay. Baby Yoda eats blue macaroons or something. You get that Baby Yoda, that ugly little alien baby. Okay.
Good, are we good now?
Like, there you go. There we go.
Yeah. Listen up. We're back in this. We're going. All right. Back into the game. So what we were talking about is a match that just happened that was pretty dang spectacular. We didn't break it down this week, so I do have the graphic. We had Founding Fathers versus the Witching Power. I'll leave this up here just for a sec. Like, look at those numbers. It was such an incredibly close game, particularly for a new team versus such a team with such a history to them and how many wins they've had and just like their dynamic together. What were your thoughts going into this? Like, did you have it coming out the way it did, or did you have an upset city happening, or what were your thoughts?
You know me, girl. I love my upset city. Give me a ticket every single time. But realistically, I knew it was the Founding Fathers going into this. I kept thinking, it's Dan Murrell. He is actively practicing. He's training because he is Adam Collins right around the corner, obviously, in early mid-December, December 12th, I want to say. And, so he's been actively studying for quite some time. And he's paired up with Roca, who is hungry after not winning. Like, he's won like one match this entire season. And I would say it's probably beginning. Yeah, it's been a rough season. He's had a rough season. So he's really looking to redeem himself being in teams. So going into this, I was like, I love the Witching Power. I do. I think it's that they also improved tremendously going into this match as a team. But I felt like their communication was off. In the first match, their communication was off. I felt like it's like clear they're awesome friends and everything, but they both felt very new to the game. They weren't entirely sure how to kind of go about it and be efficient when it comes to selecting an answer, selecting a category. They were like really relying on each other in a way where neither one of them was effectively taking charge. And in this one, it was a million times better. It's clear that they took that experience from the first match against the Misfits. They learned from their mistakes. They pulled forward, and Founding Fathers got lucky.
They really did. There was a very large portion of this match where I was really starting. I'm like, are they going to lose?
Oh shoot!
Oh man! And like they did, they lucked out. But that's part of the game. So like no fault to them for that, because that's just part of the wheel. It's part of the game. But Witching Power, I could see them next season, like this season, for having two matches. I feel like they have a great dynamic. They do need to work a little bit on like just kind of settling on answers, things like that. Getting comfortable. Give them 6 months of practicing and stuff like that, sitting with the manager, maybe a few games here and there, stuff like that. Yeah. They could be scary next season. I really, truly feel like they could be.
They really could. I mean, going into this match, I was just like, I love the Witching Power, like I said, but individually, but as competitors, they don't really line up. Their strengths and weaknesses align too much. They both are into horror. They both love thrillers. They're both around the same age. Now, that's not a definitive factor, but it definitely makes it a lot easier as far as knowing your strengths and weaknesses with each other. So, Yeah, and I also kind of say that about the founding fathers. They are a little bit different in age, but not too much different.
But they have the same like tastes overall. I feel like mostly, and like they do have very similar strengths, and I totally get that.
Yeah, now one of the huge advantages though is that Dan Murrell right now, this season, he's been actively going for IG. Now, obviously, he hasn't been given an IG match officially.
Yep.
However, we saw a little bit of a glimpse in that today. Well, in this match.
Yeah, this match.
Yesterday.
Yep. Time is a blur. What is it? Yeah, no, and it just makes me even more excited to see him when he eventually does get to have his chance to play for an IG belt, because he's got the knowledge there. Definitely, the more and more studying he can do, he will definitely. I think he could be a major threat. But it's disappointing he didn't get his chance to show it this season just because of the way things have lined up. But it was a good little teaser for it. Like, hey, I know some stuff here.
He does, but it was also clear that he needs a lot of work.
But that is true. Yes, that is also true.
Didn't know Rebecca Hall. I knew that question.
I did too, but I also know Rebecca Hall pretty well because there's a lot of movies that aren't as popular that she's in that I love. And so I can he's forgotten a lot. So
that's absolutely
unfortunately.
thing is when it comes to IG, castings is very surface level. In IG at least. You get the harder questions are when they are more plot based, when conversations like tidbits, quotes, things like that. But castings are considered in IG very, very surface level. And so when he didn't get that one pointer, I was like, and he needed that JTE, totally justified. If you need the JTE, totally use that JTE if you need it. But I knew that question. And that's a very surface level question when it comes to not only IG, but to singles and teams overall.
Okay, that's a fair assessment. He definitely has some work to go. Hopefully in the off season and for any time we may have an IG tournament thing that he gets some studying going. But I think that he has at least the base knowledge. He just needs to go in more with an IG mindset, like, because he could watch an IG movie and take like things from it, like, okay, so what a normal match would ask for. You can't study for IG that way. IG, you have to look at every movie differently, and maybe that's could be something he needs to work on. It's like you can't watch and study the same way you do for singles. You just can't.
Absolutely agree. I'd be really curious to see how moving forward, how he kind of felt about his, because he let's face it, we are always our own worst enemies, our own worst critics in particular. And he's very vocal. He's a man that actively studies. He is an aggressive studier when it comes to Schmoedown. And I respect the heck out of that. Oh my gosh. And I can't imagine what his study habits are in singles and teams compared to IG, because I'm sure he translates a lot of the information over really, really effectively. But I'm kind of curious, you have to have a different mindset. Obviously you're asking different kinds of questions, and it's a lot. It doesn't seem like that much because there's like 140 movies or something like that, but it is a lot of information that you don't really want to know. There's a lot in there.
I've never played IG like that, but like I did the Video Chronic Birds of Prey questions, and like the questions in there are very much inner geekdom level type questions, and it's not stuff you pay attention to, like what was written on this, what color was this random thing in the background. And when you're trying to sit and enjoy a movie, those aren't the things you're usually looking at.
I remember Mike mentioning, like, every time he sits down to watch an IG movie, he tries to pick up on things he's never really picked up on before. And he said that for every movie, he would write down for one IG movie, sometimes anywhere between 50 to 75 questions, just from stuff going on in the background, like Birds of Prey stuff. I mean, like, I can't there's so much to dive into Birds of Prey, which makes it completely justified. Or that same as Suicide Squad, but there's a lot of small details that they can take in consideration, which requires a very different competitor. So I'm really curious to see how that's going to transition.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to be very more details oriented and just kind of thinking out of the box. So like, will that random thing be the thing they ask? Probably eventually it will be the thing they ask. Really, there's no way. There's a way.
Oh, and real quick, I do want to highlight. One of our favorite people ever, Mr. Sorry. Girl, I was seen forever. I miss
We
her
miss
so much.
you so much. She's another person that I'll break into tears when I see. It's fine. There's a
Oh
lot of
my
them.
gosh. I messaged her the other day and I was like, girl, I just miss your face. I miss your voice. I just miss your hugs. Ugh. I'm not going to cry.
Okay, I'm not a crier per se, but I warn anybody that sees me next live event, I will be probably crying the good first like day and a half for there.
Oh, it's going to be open weeping. It's going to be waterfalls. TLC is going to be so disappointed in us. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Just stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. But Hugh House is gonna have a reunion at all, and these waterworks are moving too fast.
Oh, you gotta love a Kelsey and Alex stream.
You know what? This is like the best stream ever, okay?
This is actually our best episode.
This
is the best lineup we could have possibly had for 100th episode. I mean, like, really? Like, what could beat this? I mean, okay, if Danielle was here, it might have been a little bit better, but it's fine. We're here. We got this.
I forgot to mention, we did actually just get a super chat a little bit ago from Mr. Danny Coast saying, hashtag Alex Mac, happy 100 C2A live. Been here since the beginning and love my C2A fam. Thank you, Alex and Kelsey.
We love you too so much.
Love you, Danny boy.
I love you, Danny. Oh, okay, before we start crying again, back to the match. Okay. Whew. Got this. Oh, I got this. All right. Well, so we talked about basically general stuff about the match. Is there any moments or rounds that like really stuck out to you that you want to discuss during this match?
Honestly, not really. Maybe a little bit of love for Ghai. I felt like Ghai, he was a really great manager throughout. You know, he's someone that's like, I feel like I'm just like consistently impressed with him as a manager. You know, the way he actively makes all his competitors feel really great.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, you know, these are high stakes matches, and let's face it, there's a lot of nerves going around, and Ghai, he has the amazing ability to make you feel amazing, even if the score is you're off by a few points. So I was really, really impressed with him in particular for this match.
Yep, absolutely. I have to agree with that. One reason I asked about the highlights, stuff like that, is because I watched the match, and then later that day I had to react to that match. I didn't realize I was supposed to watch the match before I reacted with the Fanatics, but so I again, and it was like a new match almost again. It's one of those matches I think is pretty rewatchable because there wasn't necessarily like a moment that stuck out so much it like made the match where you're like, okay, I'm gonna remember this forever. So that was one disappointment, is like it wasn't a super memorable match to me. It was a very solid, good match, but I do agree Ghai was, to me, one of the highlights. I think Ghai usually is almost always one of the highlights of every match he's a part of. Even when his internet's failing him, he's not failing us. So.
Oh, yeah. I always feel so bad with the beginning of the year. It's just like, especially if it's out of your control.
It's not his fault, but
it's like, it's the worst. You feel bad for him.
Yeah, so he has to relocate. So he was like inside, then he was outside. Yeah, but Ghai is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Overall, I was also very, very surprised in the first round. They both had, it was like almost even all around. It was like Perry and Dan had 7, and Haley and Roka had 6, I think. And so I was like, oh, shoot. I expected some perfect rounds here.
Yep.
And we didn't get it.
We didn't.
Especially from some of these champions. Very surprised.
That's kind of been the thing I feel like with the Founding Fathers lately, is we are not seeing last season Founding Fathers to me. I feel like, I don't know if it's the digital age or just how things are going up, but I feel like they're just not the scary powerhouses they were last season. Not that they can't be, and they're going to maybe dominate this whole bracket. We'll see them spectacular, but there's more fear of them not winning a match than there used to be, like going into it, I feel for sure.
There's more conversation, I feel like, surrounding potential upsets, if anything. Like, there isn't the assumption that they're going to win, obviously, but I feel like that they were top dog for so long, and they still are, honestly, to me. You know, but however, the conversation is not about them. The conversation is on these awesome new rookie teams. The conversation is on these new incoming rookies, these newer competitors, these redemption competitors, and they're not on competitors like John, Dan, things like that, where we're kind of focusing on a lot of these veteran competitors that have gave us a lot of consistency. And so it's a very different kind of conversation, especially as reactors, the fandom is having this year, compared to before.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, I see we just got a super chat from Ben Rayner. It was a very close match, maybe a little too close, but it made it an exciting Happy 100 #draft Alex Mac. #draft Alex Mac. Make it go everywhere. I want to see it everywhere. Heck, tag your favorite managers in it.
Tag. Please.
Oh. But yeah, that wording is perfect though. It was a little too close because even though I was super confident in the Witching Powers abilities, I don't feel like it should have been that close for a veteran team the way they are and a new team that just formed, only playing together a couple times. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. I said it before and I'll say it again. I love the Founding Fathers, but they got lucky.
Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts before we talk about what the repercussions of this match is and how things might happen next week?
No, I think that's it for now.
Awesome. Well, real quick before we do that, I'm going to plug our competition again, or our contest more like, it's our 100th episode. It's a pretty big deal. We're super excited about it. So we thought, why not give out a $25 Amazon gift card to one lucky viewer this evening? So how you enter is you go to Twitter, and then you can either put the link to this episode, you can put just a description of your favorite call to action moment, just something to help us celebrate this event, and use the hashtag C2A Live 100. And if you can, it would also be nice if you could do #draft Alex Mac, or even do a whole separate post for that. Just we're getting that out there. You'll get a second entry if you want one, if you do that post as well. And just let me know in the chat if you did that, and I will put you on the list. And at the end of this episode, we will say who won the gift card, and then I'll get in touch with you to get you sent $25 at Amazon. You can buy everything at Amazon, as we talked about earlier. So, be thinking about that as you make your post. Plan ahead.
There's been quite a few people that have done it already, such as, like I said, Jonathan Caro, Ben Rayner, Jeff, so just want to put it there. Thank you so much for it. If you already have done it, and, feel free to continue to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, you can get 2 entries if you want to do 2 different posts, one with #draft Alex Mac and one with our C2A one. Jake, I honestly don't care if you do. Okay, you're eligible only if you do the draft Alex Mac one. That's the one that can get you eligible. Okay. All right. So moving on to what is happening next week. We have, starting on Monday, Tuesday for patrons, and then Thursday, The Odd Couple versus Deception.
Oh, God.
What are your thoughts on this matchup? It's probably one of my most anticipated in the whole bracket. I am super excited for this one.
Me too. Oh my gosh. This is okay. So when Deception played Lethal Weapons, there was a palpable, even if it was virtual, it was a very palpable tension going on in the match. With the guy with Ethan Irwin. I don't feel like Ethan Irwin was happy that was his last match of the season. He must was like, that's it. That was my last match. Like I can picture him doing that and being like, Christian, you better make me a match that's spectacular or something. I am not gonna have it. That's what I kind of felt like was happening a little bit behind the scenes.
I can see that.
He's like, what? But there's a lot of palpable tension in that match, and I feel like we're gonna get a lot more palpable tension in this match in particular because, the Odd Couple, they're coming back swinging. They're doing fantastic. I can't wait to see them potentially succeed, but I can't wait to see even more to see that dynamic against this rookie team because this is a true rookie team between the 2 competitors.
Yeah, absolutely. I am super excited for this. Odd Couple is one of my favorite teams. I love Snyder. I love Andreyko. I love Roxy. The 3 of them together have created this powerhouse team called the Odd Couple that I feel like has come into their own again. Like they had their belts. They did lose them for a bit, but I feel like there's a new spark to them. Like just watching Snyder like in the Facebook groups and things like that, like he's hungry for this belt. Like he wants it really bad. And coming up against Deception, which, like you said, a couple of rookies, the amount of banter that I feel like is going to come from these two teams against each other in social media is going to be fantastic. I think during the match it's going to be fantastic. And the level of play both these teams can do, I think it's going to be a hell of a match. I am so excited.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. It's going to be a weird match, a very tension-filled match, just because, Ben's, Adam and Marisol, obviously they're really great, but they're also a very mellow team. Mm-hmm. They're going to go for the jugular and everything, but they're not going to go at you on Facebook, right? On Twitter, they're not going to do that. They're not going to. Yeah, they have Shannon to do that. Yeah. they're gonna because they're not personalities. They're not gonna. They're not like real big personalities on like the social interwebs kind of thing. Mm-hmm. They're just kind of doing their own thing, and they just happen to be pretty darn spectacular at Schmoedown. Snyder and Draco, however, very different situation. So I'm really curious to see how this dynamic is really going to play out, because I feel like they're going to try to intimidate them somehow, just like Lethal Weapons tried doing. Nay.
Yep. I don't feel like you can't intimidate them. They are so calm and collected. They know what they are. They know their dynamic. They're just, like I said, they're seeking justice. It's going to be I can't even think of the words I'm thinking. They're going to be a great team against the Odd Couple. I think the reason I have them winning is I think because of that cool collectedness that they have. Like, Snyder going to get a little steamed up a little bit and things like that, but I don't think anything can rattle them. And so I think in the end, like, I have Deception winning. I think it's going to be a close match. I think it's going to be an amazing match, but I think Deception's got it.
Just internally, I'm going the same way, but just because I love being a contrarian, I'm going to go with the Odd Couple.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not going to fault you for that, because I love the Odd Couple, and I would have been happy if they win. I win too, because I love them.
The thing is, I want them both to be at the finals.
Right? Like, what's wrong with the
bracket? Like, why do they have to be in the same side? Like, why aren't they facing each other in the finals? Like, what is going on?
All right. Real quick, we have a couple super chats that came in from Elias. Congrats on 100 shows. # draft Alex Mac. Yes, hashtag. I love that hashtag so much. We need it to go everywhere. And then John, I tweeted, despite Kelsey being real sus, I'm voting for Kelsey. Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Why are you so sus, Kelsey?
I don't know. It's just I'm always the imposter. It always happens. I'm not good at it. And even when I'm not the imposter, I sound like I'm the imposter, so then I get voted out. I'm always I
had the exact same situation when it was like on October, early November, where we were on Twitch Tuesdays, and we were playing one of the games. We were playing the box trivia, one of them. And we did the one where you had to run errands or something. Or you have to be like, well, who's lying amongst the handful? It wasn't Among Us. I just want to clarify. Yeah. It was like a different game. And you guys had to determine whether or not I was lying about seeing the Chipmunk movie. Alvin and the Chipmunks. And the thing is, I have seen that movie. And I was in that exact same situation. I was like, I swear I've seen it. Why is it no one believe me? You guys are sus.
We're sus. We're a sus crew. Okay. And then probably real quick, we could talk about the next match, and then we'll move on to our final segment, which we might have some guests for, it looks like.
Weenies.
So the next one is Final Exam versus Founding Fathers. I know who I want to win, but who I think is going to win is not the same thing. I love Final Exam. Honestly, if Lon was in every single match in some way, he was on the desk, he was just in the studio, he's there, Lon involved, I'm sold. Because I love the Delinquent as a character so much. And then Paul Oyama is just, I really like his turn this year as a character. He was a little hit or miss with people last season just because bad boy thing, people take it or leave it. But I feel like him just being the person that has to deal with Lon is a great character for him to be. like trying to wrangle in the thing that is on the delinquent. So I love Final Exam. So they're who I want to win, but I think I have Founding Fathers winning it.
They have such a great dynamic. They really are the yang to yin. Is it yin and yang?
Yin to their yang.
Yeah, that one. I need to get some wine. I'm just gonna give myself some wine real fast. Where's my wine? Is it this one? I'm gonna.
Alex on a wine run. But yeah, so I just stepped away for a second. Final Exam, Founding Fathers. I feel like this is going to be a really great match. I'm excited to see them have to deal with each other as characters as well. Like, just Vaughn in any environment is a treasure. Against Founding Fathers, I'm interested to see how his antics play against theirs. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. The Final Exam from this entire season, really, they're my favorite season right now. I mean, not favorite season. They're my favorite team that emerged from this season with some of my favorite competitors. The Delinquent is one of my favorite character. Absolutely. You can't deny how amazing they are overall. Now, I do honestly think that the Founding Fathers are going to win this, but by golly, please, not Founding Fathers. I don't want to say Founding Fathers, please lose, because that sounds like a dick thing to say. But
Final Exam,
please do awesome. Does that make sense?
Yep. You'll probably break some brackets, which we always love. So
I love it. Bracket breakers. Yes.
Break all the brackets.
I want it. Break all of them. Oh, please. Yeah, I would love it. I really, really would. I do think that chemistry, though, it just comes down to chemistry in this one. And I do think the Founding Fathers, they've been playing together actively for a little bit longer, obviously. And I feel like, I think that's really going to come through. And, I wonder if after the match against the Witching Power, they were like, oh, shoot, this is not going to happen again. We cannot let this happen again against a team like Final Exam, because they are clearly on their A game. So I do think that they're going to come back from it and win.
I agree. I think what's been happening with them this season for sure is like some of the Roka taking the harder loss and things against Adam Collins early, stuff like that. Like, it's like there's a fire underneath them, and every one of these matches are either not gone the way they want to or super close, has just put more tinder under that fire and ready to make it burn even more. So I feel like this coming match, they are coming at even more on fire than they were before. They are ready to win. They are ready to kick butt. I think they're going to have to bring it for against Final Exam, because they have shown that they're a really strong team, and they've been together for a bit now. Definitely not as long as Founding Fathers, but long enough to kind of like understand how each other work and things like that. So I want Upset City. I think it's Upset City, I feel like, at this point, because Founding Fathers are just so like cemented in people's brains as going to win that I want Final Exam to win. That'd be so fun.
Please. Yeah, I feel bad, but I just love getting so much more new blood at Spectacular. I feel like Roka has been part of Spectacular like every year, low key, for the past like 5 years. Has he? Has he not? And are there Spectaculars that I just don't remember? From the past handful of years, like he hasn't participated in to some degree in either teams or singles. Please, everyone in the chat, someone tell me, please. Or am I just completely hallucinating? Because he does. Roka and Dan, they deserve to every success because they are fantastic competitors. I just want some new blood.
Right. I love new blood with the Schmoedown. I feel like this year has been a very good example of why, because it's just mixing things up. It's made it more exciting. Just like, gotta keep it spicy, and that's what this season is to me. I feel like the epitome of Schmoedown being spicy, because nothing is as it has been. Some of it by choice, some of it by not, but this definitely kept things interesting.
Schmoedown can sometimes be a more medium level spicy wing. Yeah. I wanted a blazing hot wing, buffalo wing. Okay, I want it spicy. I want a wing to like. I want to feel that wing. Okay?
I want to be in pain for hours afterwards. Like, you got to make me feel it.
Okay, I don't know about that. That might be a bit too much. Okay, calm down.
That's what I look for. Like, I want my lips to burn so much that I'm like, okay, I feel this.
This is actually just the Wings podcast now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we have Call the Wings and that be like our new show, and it's just us talking about hot wings for like an hour? Because I could do it. I can even eat hot wings on camera.
Wings and Schmoedown. Okay, I feel you. We're like rating buffalo wings like everywhere we go. Like, where are we getting our wings? What is the wing sauce today? Lucas, like we gave away like when we were moving. Lucas gave away to my brother like 15 hot sauces, and I was like, oh. But we were in the process of moving, and we were at an Airbnb, so there's no point in keeping them. So yeah. But what are you gonna do?
I'm so sorry for your loss.
It was an emotional moment.
I totally
I felt like I was dropping off a child up at the guillotine or whatever however you pronounce it. And I was like,
not the hot sauce. The hot sauce.
I swear, if this is the moment that's gonna make me cry, Kelsey, it's thinking about my hot sauces.
It'd be kind of on brand for this channel for that to be the thing that makes us cry. It's just like
oh my gosh.
Oh, real quick, we got another super chat from Ben Rayner. This season should have been called Season 7, the season of new blood and talent. Honestly, absolutely. That's, I feel like, been the highlight of this. The new blood has made the season what it is. And so, absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of new blood and a lot of people coming back to redeem themselves. Perry, Ace.
New blood and redemption. Absolutely. All right. Well, I think that covers it for the speculation for next week. So our next segment, I'm going to bring on a few guests. You may have seen them around the space a little bit in our C2A group. You might have seen them with blue wrenches and chats, a few of them. Yeah. You might have seen them on Twitch Tuesday talking about sandwiches. Like, you've seen them around. So first, I'm going to introduce PLD is here. Hi, PLD. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully. How are you two doing?
Doing good. Excited to reminisce with you.
Seem to be having a lot of fun. You guys are a crazy lineup. I kind of like it back there. You got to just keep going, and you're going up in a lot of different directions.
We're just saying, we don't have you to monitor us and bring us down.
You don't have to bring us down, PLD.
Does it bring us down?
Hashtag blame PLD. Okay, another hashtag out there. Another hashtag.
Do the hashtag draft Alex Mac. You can forget the blame PLD. Go to the draft Alex Mac. I like that one a lot better.
All right. And also introducing Jake Yacovetta. Welcome.
Jake.
It's always nice to see you come on. We don't get to see you on here as much as we'd like. Oh, you're muted.
I do.
He's not used to being on screen.
He's not used to being on screen.
God damn it. Okay. If Paul's going to be here, you need to have a counterpoint for his bullshit.
You?
So that's why I'm
Jake,
here.
do you not know who I am?
Alex, I thought we were friends.
I think you're all friends.
No, we are friends, but if anyone's the counterpoint to Paul.
Could be.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And last but not least, we are adding on PL Dong, as he's called on there.
Hey!
Camacho, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm here. It's 100. It is 100. Oh, that doesn't work this way. It is 100 episodes. God damn it. How have I been streaming this long and never figured out the whole reverse thing? Listen, that's not important. 100th episode. We have like 5 counterpoints to PLD. Now we got PL Dong in the chat. Hashtag Alex Mac for manager, whatever the thing is.
Alex Mac for everything.
Everything, yeah.
I will take all of that. I'll take
Alex Mac for wings.
I do. I have to say. I do want to say. I keep hearing draft Alex Mac, and then, do you want to play or do you want to manage?
I want to do both. I will do whatever is available.
I just have never heard you want to play before. I'm impressed. So I'm happy to see that. I hope that somebody takes you up on the offer.
I would not bet against Alex Mack in any match.
No.
Good to see you, Billy. Always good to see you, this 100th episode.
What up, Billy?
You know, actually, Jake, now that you mention it, no, that does make Alex the counterpoint to Paul, because I bet against Paul every single chance I get.
Facts.
So, that checks out. Shout out to the chat. Hey, Alan. Hey, Danny. John.
Actually, in the family, I just want to say welcome because I manage Alan now. He's welcome to welcome to my faction family.
Oh, the director.
Wait,
oh.
the director. Okay.
That was a good. That's good, Dan.
That's a good pick.
He's mine.
It's a good draft.
Yeah.
He's mine. Oh, yeah.
That's a good
He's
camera.
mine.
Not bad. Not bad. Alan,
You got the best. You got the best fan league manager you could get.
That's true. That's very true.
All right. We did have a super chat that just came in from Ross. I remember one time I told Jake, imagine PLD in the Christmas story pajamas. Jake said, I'd rather not.
Wow. I don't want to picture myself in the pajamas.
Yeah. I didn't want to see that.
No, I feel you there. I feel you.
I might have worn them at one point. That's possible.
I can't think of them, but I'm imagining assless. Are they assless?
PLD owns them. I'm sure.
Are they with the little?
That's my lane.
I know. That's normally those would be Jake's.
Stop overstepping, Paul.
That's
Jake's territory.
Jake's pajamas.
Jake is in fact assless. That's you, Jonas.
You can eat a dick, Paul.
No, Jake. What you have to say is eat a bunch of dicks. Eat a falafel worth of baguette.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to give him one dick. You want to give him a bunch of dicks? That's on.
Yeah, I want to give him a bouquet of dicks. Okay, that's what I want.
That's a stunning
Okay.
idea. I'm thinking. Okay.
I'm gonna Google that real quick.
Yeah.
Go to
All right, well,
images.
why I brought you heathens onto this show is to reminisce with you guys about we got at 100 episodes, guys. Like, can you believe it? Like, it feels like just yesterday I joined you guys and we were at like 40 something. I feel like some less than that, maybe even the 30s. It's
Dylan, you're our longest reigning.
Yes,
correct at this point.
I think you and Alex are still the ones doing the longest. Yeah.
Me and Alex came in pretty close together. Yep. I forget who came first, who came second. We're pretty much twins in that way. So like we kind of just birthed into Call to Action at the same time. But yeah, I guess that's totally wild. Oh my God, my age is showing, my hairline is going backwards, and I'm not getting any more handsome. I'm like Keanu Reeves. So that's
that's arguable.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. My hairline is still pretty good for now.
Still pretty good.
But
Danny in the chat is an OG. Danny's the original.
OG Danny is in chat.
Yes.
Sorry guys, I got distracted. I Google imaged a bouquet of dicks, and I won't put it on screen. I won't put it on screen. I won't put it on screen, but I will show you around later. I'll show the crew later.
That's the after show where you say
that's the after show.
Yeah, that's Twitch. That's Twitch.
Oh, only Twitch content can get. We can just do whatever we want and get canceled. This is the YouTube channel.
Sandwiches.
I know. But
what's your guys' first memory? What's like your first memory of being on C2A, like first show or anything like that?
I can think of the first podcast. No, you go ahead, Jake. You go ahead.
Oh, mine actually came up in my Facebook memories like a couple days ago. And it was when Jen Sturgery came on Chill.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the first graphic that I had made for C2A. And I hit up Paul and I was like, hey, bruh, like I know Jen. I know all of her history and all of that. I can help with this interview. And after that is when it came to be like, hey, should we pull Jake in here? So that was the starting point. So it was almost a year to the day right now.
Damn, all right.
that I came in.
What about you, Dylan? What was your first one?
My first memory I can think back on, I would have to say there was an incredibly uncomfortable episode on whenever we were just doing like, vintage classic stuff and we were coming on. And I remember it was me and Nat. And I remember thinking like, all right, let's get on here. Let me get camera face on there. And I'm telling you guys, I feel like I got good and then I decreased. Somewhere in COVID period, I got worse than where I started on it. You can check out Twitch Tuesdays to see what I'm talking about. But No, it's funny. There was so much of that uncomfortableness to be in front of a camera, right? Like I was like, oh, I know I had the opinions. I've been an action fan for as long back as I remember. We came in hot with all the opinions, and then you'd put me in front of the camera, and I was just such a good boy. I was just such a nice little guy, such a young man. And now I feel like I breathe. I feel like I do everything in front of a camera now, between work and this and the COVID years, man. By the time I came in, I was just like, guys, I've been on camera like 100 times at this point. Let's go. So I don't know. For me, I go back to my cringe years. So it's kind of like me thinking about like back to high school. So maybe I'm just like blurring it all out. But I do remember a good time with the first live event I went to as a call to action host, and that was with Alex and my wife. And we went to Portillo's and tore it up. And then we went to the Chicago live event and tore it up. So that was a solid memory for me, just because I think it was just great to have that first in-person connection. And I felt, I don't know, maybe that's why Alex is my twin sister in this, like in our mental waves with that. And it just finally felt like, oh, this is our first step to making this podcast feel like a family. That's how it felt for me, at least. But I don't know. Maybe Alex was like, yeah, Dylan's fucking weird. I don't know what he's talking about.
I will neither confirm or deny, especially I will confirm. It was definitely, I think, because I went to that live event, spur of the moment. I decided 2 days before, and I lived in St. Louis, which is about 4 hours south from Chicago, like 4 or 5 hours south of Chicago. And it's not that far, but I was really intimidated to go, just because I was like, I don't really know anyone personally that's going, and it's just like, no, like at that point I wasn't really involved in the Facebook groups. I didn't really actively chat with anyone in the groups outside of the C2A fam. And we ended up deciding, you and I decided that we were gonna dress up like Team Action. I dressed up as Andrew Ghai with the red tie, the suit. I got a laminated paper that said that is like Ben sucks or like Ben is a traitor or something. We sat next to a guy that held up a poster that said "Ghai is God." It was a very wonderful moment. It was just something about the experience. I think you just like meeting in person, it really kind of solidified the community aspect of Schmoedown, I feel like, for me, but also just like we're just reaffirmed a lot of the community aspects for the family aspect for C2A, because we didn't meet each other or anything at that point, and so yeah, it helped quite a bit.
Nice.
But Dylan's okay. He's fine.
Yeah, I'm all right.
While we're on you, Alex, any thoughts, memories of like that you want to talk about, just besides the live event, like your first time filming or anything sticks out?
One of my earliest memories interviewing someone happened with Janine the Machine, and I swallowed a fly for the first time.
Love it.
Fly girl.
It was my first interview with C2A. And I swallowed a fucking fly on camera.
I mean, it's been like three times now.
Yeah,
it's happened 4 times on camera. The 4th time, happened 3 times with C2A, and the 4th time I was with Mornings with the Outlaw. and I didn't swallow it, but it got caught in my teeth.
I remember that.
So I had to floss it out of my teeth after we wrapped up the episode.
Nice.
That's probably the hardest thing I've ever heard from you, Alex.
I had a little bit of extra protein,
Oh, all right. Fieldy.
Me? All right.
Yep. What's your story?
I remember I did a couple episodes in the beginning. They were just random episodes. I mean, like top films of 2019 or 18, whatever it was. But the first one I really have like a big, strong memory of was the time that we accidentally went live. We had done pre-tapes the entire time. And then all of a sudden, Natty Daddy was hosting an episode, and we went live and had no idea we were live for at least like an hour or maybe more. I don't even know when it was.
Yeah.
I remember like the text from Drew or Ben saying something about checking the live chat. And I was really confused because at this point we'd never done live. I didn't even know what a live chat was. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, how are they watching us? What the hell is going on? And then all of a sudden we realized, oh, we're live right now, everybody. But the good thing about it was, I think we decided pretty much after that, we should just do this more often and get engaged with the chat and engage with people who are watching us. So it became like the accident of live became like a turning point in our whole film career of C2A, really, because that's what turned it around, and we became a live crew after that. It was one of my favorite episodes. It was a lot of fun to do. I know that.
I feel like Nat accidentally reinvented the whole game because I feel like it was, and I'm not going to take credit for all the other podcasts who do live now, but I feel like we accidentally went live and then we kept going with it, and then other people started to see the benefit of just having interaction with your chat and like the community in the moment. And then it's like you don't see streams that aren't live anymore. Like now there's no more pre-recordings. I feel like it's almost all live.
Yeah, it pretty much is. They all go live now. It's all about the interaction.
Yeah, and that story is pretty much why the name changed for the show too, because we were always Called Action Podcast because we were a pre-recorded audio-only podcast for a very long time. And then one day we're like, we're on video, we're live, we're not really like a typical podcast anymore. So we just kind of revamped.
We are a typical podcast now, but
now that everything is this, now we're just a typical podcast again. So.
Yeah, that is fair. But yeah, my first memory with becoming part of the show was I was talking with Paul and Billy and a few people in the Action Guys chats. That's where I kind of got to know everybody. And I don't remember if it was Paul, Billy, or both of you, but like, hey, so, you know, like these other people you see in the chat, they have a podcast, and they were wondering if like maybe you wanted to come one time and be on it. And I'm like, I've never been on YouTube before, but sure, I'll do it. And so it was my first episode. I was technically just like a one-time thing at that point. It was Janine week when she had singles and a teams match in the same week at the end of June last year. And they, for some reason, decided to keep me. And here I am. Even though I was awkward and giggly, and I was on my kitchen table area where it looked terrible, and I didn't know what I was doing, and it was awkward, but
you're fucking great, but giggly is 100%.
I don't feel like that's gone away though.
No.
Well, I think it's I think we've mentioned it. Next time we're gonna get together for a live event, whenever that may be. It can be in a few months. It could be in 3 years, whenever that be. But we have made it official. I'm not gonna don't you do it, Kelsey, because if you do it, I swear.
We're gonna cry again.
She's gonna cry again.
I can flare your something else.
I mean, all 5 of us. All 5 of us were at the first Action House in Atlanta or LA.
Yeah.
Yep.
We really were.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was so good. It was so much fun. And however, though, whenever that our next live event happens between you, Danny, and I, we're gonna dress up as Blossom, Buttercup, and Bubbles.
Yes, we are. And you guys in the chat, guess which one I am being, because I don't feel like it's gonna be that hard.
Well, there's one blonde one, so that should narrow it down.
Yeah.
And which one would I be in that case, Dylan?
Clearly Buttercup. No questions asked. You're not a Blossom. Are you kidding me?
I think Buttercup's the best Powerpuff Girl, so I don't know between you and Danielle which would be which. I just know that I'm Bubbles, because what else would I be?
Obviously, Kelsey's Bubbles. You're definitely Buttercup, so I mean that definitely makes her Blossom. So
I don't know if I should.
And Nat is going to be Mojo Jojo. That'd be so good.
And Jake can be like the Jake can be the lobster villain. What's his name?
Her, him.
Yeah.
It was a pronoun. I remember that one.
Yeah, I think it's him.
Ooh, can I be a rowdy rough boy? Shit, we need a rowdy rough boy in the house.
Rowdy rough boys.
All right.
I'm so
wait. Oh my gosh, this is a Twitch conversation, but we need to go back to Schmoedown.
Yeah, go back. Sorry, I bring out off the rail Twitch
Amtrak.
Oh my gosh.
Alex is so excited. Everybody in chat, you don't know, but immediately, probably during or after this chat's over, our group chat is going to be lighting up with just like Powerpuff Girl characters and be like,
and gifs.
You are going to be this.
Links to websites with parts for costumes. Oh, yeah.
Jake, you'll love your character. Imagine just like a Red Lobster in latex. You would look so good. You'll pull it off.
I mean, when y'all start doing that shit, I just tune the fuck out.
Fair.
So I'm thinking of another memory. Speaking of the LA Action House,
Mhm.
I first arrived. We're all over at Nerd Comics, right? Paul is 500% too drunk already. Entirely too drunk. And he cuts what I think is both the best and the worst promo I've ever seen him cut in the history of any podcast group in Schmoedown history.
Oh my gosh. I felt so bad for everyone.
I know. I kept looking at Eric and so Paul would go on a rant. The best part. Here's the best part. So poor Chronic, man. Eric would sit there and he'd be like, all right, so I want you to talk about just your feelings on Spectacular. And Paul took that as, I'm going to break down every single match right now. And he starts listing off these matches. Yeah, he just starts listing them off. And I look over at Eric and I'm like, isn't he just supposed to be talking about umbrella terms? And he's like, yeah, but I'm just going to let him keep on rolling. He's like, I'll edit it. I'll cut it up later.
He's magical. You can fix it in post. You know that.
Dude, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I remember taking your phone because you kept calling Ghai.
Oh my God, yeah.
And you were going to call Roxy once. We're like, nope, phone's gone.
And I remember pulling everyone to the back of the house and being like, guys, we need to regroup because Ghai just said he retired. What are we gonna do with C2A?
We literally had a group,
we had
a
conversation about what we should do as a podcast, 2 minutes after that announcement.
My favorite thing about that whole situation was when Andrew actually called Paul back, and we went out in the backyard and we huddled around the phone, and other people were trying to come up, and we were like, "You get the fuck away from here!" This is a call to action,
right now.
If you want to see us at our cultiest, that moment right there is right. Because we are so inclusive any other time. It is the thing I love about us most is that we despite how we act at times, are so good about ever not acting like that we're just the superior crowd. But that one moment, this is called action. Get the fuck out. Get out right now.
We were in business mode. We were convincing him.
We were convincing him to not retire.
Business mode. Paul, you were drunk.
Paul, you were
It is on camera that Andrew Ghai has said that I am the reason why he unretired. He made a canon.
No. I'm sure he did.
Whatever.
How much did you donate, Paul?
How much did you donate last payment?
That's not the point, Dylan. That's not the point.
How deep were those pockets that night, Paul?
Not the point. The point is it happened, and it's canon. It's irrelevant to anything else.
So what's funny is when people say that Paul's a third appendage, people take that as a phallic reference, but really it just means that inside of his jean pockets is a gigantic third pocket full of money that he gives to all the people in Schmoedown to praise him at any given moment. That's
the only reason why we get that, and that's the reason why Chill is so popular. That's why we get guests every week.
Yeah.
You guys are saying that we're gonna have all the people come to me and go, wait, you never gave me any money.
Oh yeah.
We get a lot of DMs now, Paul. Wait,
what? I never got any money.
What the F, Paul?
Thanks, guys. It's gonna be great.
You're welcome. We do what we can for you.
No, Abby, I'm not. That's not true, Abby. Don't worry about it. Our guest tomorrow.
Abby's like, "Where's my $1,000? What the?"
Making it rain.
We're gonna get 30 DMs after this.
Was a check lost in the mail? Did you forget my
Venmo requests?
I just forward it on to Jake. Jake's the money bag, so I'll just forward it all on to Jake. You can't even say anything about it. I love it. It's perfect.
I have never spent $1 on the Schmoedown.
No, not a penny, not a cent, none.
Well, guys, to be fair, that's true. He's never spent one single dollar.
Yeah,
that's true.
It will always be more than one single dollar.
At least 20. It starts at 20 and goes up from there.
Yeah, pretty much. I've never seen him drop less than one single bill, less than a 20. Exactly right, Paul.
To be fair.
Spectacular was great, though. That was definitely one of the best ones.
Oh, man. Spectacular.
That was fine.
Oh my gosh, more wine.
Spectacular was great until Dylan lost the
Oh my god, I don't want to.
three
Hey,
fucking
Lucas.
comics that Andreyko signed for my mom
So
because she's his biggest fan. And
Who?
I mean,
Dylan
Dylan lost his
lost
phone,
him.
so Dylan's is not to be trusted with anything of value.
yes, to be fair, I was losing everything that weekend.
No,
So
our
I mean,
sanity,
that was a
our-
poor decision.
like
Yeah.
our.
Oh yeah,
brain-
you did lose your phone,
did,
and
yeah.
you had to.
Dude.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh.
Wait, who was it? Like who's like wait, or no, it was in New York. I think Kim actually lost her bank card.
No.
No, that was me.
Oh, that was
No,
And Danielle.
What?
It was Danielle who lost it in New York also.
because I found no things. It was a girl's card in my case because I found it in the bathroom. I remember sitting right there on the commode, and I look over to get some toilet paper, and look what I see: a bank card.
The story's a little bit more interesting if it's still Jake's card, actually. So,
No,
You're not wrong.
I actually remember where I lost my card. I was sitting on a bench outside of a bar
Which time, Jake? Which time?
in New
New
York.
York.
Okay. You have to clarify.
Yeah, it's happened. It's happened a couple times.
Yeah. No, because I remember I was sitting on a bench with Rachel and Rachel Silvestrini and Janine, and I lost my card, and they had to get it to me the next day. But the only reason I was on that bench was because I was so fucked up that the dude wouldn't let me into the bar.
Yep.
So
I remember
everybody
that too.
everybody was in the bar, so I had to just sit on the bench outside.
There's also the time in New York where you lost your card and it ended up being in your wallet the whole time.
That was Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Can we check? Let's check again. Oh, there it is.
Jake, to be fair, did you smell as dank as you did in LA and New York? Because I think a lot of bar guys would be like, "Nah, you're not even subtle, buddy." Like,
No, LA, I had that big ass jar of weed in my pocket. So
It was like this big.
yeah.
Let me
I
tell
remember
you
you came with me with it. And you're like, I bought too much weed.
I remember
I bought too much.
if we lost Jake, we just had to smell around and we'd find him within like 5 minutes.
It's funny you guys say that because when we were in New York, Lucas was attending his first Schmoedown event, and he was also meeting you guys. I felt like a lot more comfortable going to this Schmoedown event because at that point, you know, I already met you, Dylan. I was like excited to meet my ladies and everyone, obviously. But it was Lucas's first Schmoedown event as well. I had on 3 separate occasions throughout that one night that we were out till like 4 or 5 in the morning to like whatever bars. 3 other people, women actually, specifically women, ask if I was with Lucas because, and I quote, "Is he yours? He smells so good." You back up.
they wanted those gams, man.
They wanted the gam.
Yeah.
No, okay. I feel really weird about it because I'm like, yeah, like he was wearing a suit, and I'm like, I hate to say it, but his ass, and then his legs, sweet baby Jesus. Okay, all right, but
Such a good wife.
his. But what, I don't know. Lucas just poured me some wine, so let's see.
No, we know.
but he smells so good. Like I don't know what he's using, but every time he takes out of the shower, I'm like, oh, what magic voodoo.
Is it like Paddington and marmalade? Is that what it is?
So good. It's like I can smell him across the room, and it just smells so good. He's like using some kind of magic shower gel made of liquid gold, and I'm loving it. And it's just like, oh, melting.
I feel
Sorry
like
for
I
the
need
false
to play
advertising.
the.
Yeah, so there would be no.
Yeah.
I never do what I'm told to do.
He never follows instructions.
If he super chat us $50, we'll kick him out immediately.
Right.
Try.
Oh, speaking of this, guys, please give us if you have any questions, comments, or you want to share with us your C2A memories or favorite Schmoedown memory in general. Please let us know in a super chat or StreamYard, and we'd be happy to read them.
Good question. That's a good question.
Speaking of which, we did get a super chat that just came in from Ben Rayner. Just for congrats on 100 episodes. All of you are awesome. Always a blast to watch. Happy for all.
Thanks,
Thank
Ben.
you.
Thanks, Ben.
We appreciate it, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
And Buck and Ryan Payne do that Mountain Schmoedown. Good stuff. It's a good show to watch, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I saw, speaking of in the comments, Meg said, "Sad I can't be on this. I'll be back later for all the crazy stories." Oh my God. Can we also take a moment to just say how stoked I am that Megs is like true? I mean, she's been part of the family for like a while now, but
like
just
truly
in 100th episode.
Like, she was officially was a member. She was kind of like a. She got in
No,
the
me and Nat were like safeguarding anybody who went up to Megs. Were like, "Who said you could talk to Megs?" Hey, whoa, no.
We had that conversation. We were kind of like, I know I was like a Meg's girl. I love you. I love working with you, like all the flipping time. But I was like, I was also like really iffy on at that point, like anyone like joining C2A because I'm like. We have this really great dynamic and everything right now. Why change why change anything, change something that isn't broken? I'm like, what's she bringing? You know, all that good stuff. And so you guys know me though, if everything has a purpose, you know, and I'm very vocal. I don't want to add someone just because I think they're cool.
Right.
And I think Megs is pretty phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, Megs specifically, what does she bring into the team? And she brings so much. Oh my gosh, I love working with her.
We had no idea what we were missing until we got her. We're like, oh, wow, this is professionalism. I've never experienced this before on this podcast.
Low-key hilarious and weird, and I love it.
Yeah, Megs is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
A lot of love. And her stats and everything.
Those stats.
I personally just appreciate that dynamic that Alex was talking about, right? That professional juxtaposition, and she can definitely cut up whenever she wants to, for sure. But there's just that times when you can tell that we've gone way off the rails, and she's like, "Y'all are wilding out right now." She's like, "I'm either going to take a break or you need to get it back together."
We're wilding out. That's a good way to say it.
Definitely puts in perspective a little reminder of where we're at sometimes, which is very nice.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for like the first live event or like the first even just live get together. I've said that like whatever, it doesn't even have to be Schmoedown. Like once the quarantine goes and all of that jazz is like figured out and we can meet again, I'm going to be like, nah. Whatever funds we got in C2A, let's go to the middle of the country that makes it all for everybody.
Dylan, I was gonna say, here's a suggestion: Schmoedown Nashville C2A edition.
Yeah,
I'm down. I can drive for that.
Yeah, I can drive.
I'll fly to Nashville. I want to go.
Ditto.
Dude, I love piano bars over here. Are you kidding me?
I love me Nashville. Okay, I love Nashville. Nashville's like dope AF. Okay.
Yeah. Oh God. Now I'm not gonna get the Schmoedown Nashville hashtag back up yet because we're not doing live events for a minute. But y'all know when it's time, it's coming back. In the meantime, draft Alex, all that jazz, whichever the hashtag is. I'll get it wrong.
Oh wait, we have a giveaway.
Yeah.
We do.
Is it time to do that, or do I just want to keep going?
I didn't know if that was time or not.
Or Jake just talking about promoting it.
I was throwing it. I was
Jake just remembered that we actually were doing it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll plug it again. We'll keep it open. We'll keep it open a little bit longer. We'll probably figure it out towards the end of the show, which I think we have a little bit longer on the show.
Jake's the one remembering that we have a giveaway. Like Jake's the one that's pushing us to do stuff, and Jake's the one that's doing it. That's a problem for us.
No, we need to give away some shit.
That's
yeah. So anyway, I'll say what the contest is because I haven't brought it up in a while. $25 Amazon gift card. What you have to do to win it is go to Twitter and either like retweet this episode or just like a memory from C2A that you can remember that sticks out to you with the hashtag. I keep not having it pulled up. Hashtag C2A Live 100. That will get you one entry into the drawing. But if you also go and do a hashtag draft Alex Mac somewhere, you could tag your favorite managers in it. Whatever you need to do, just get that out there. You get a second entry. So just let me know which ones you've done, if you did both of them, and that's how many times your name will be entered. And then in a little bit, we'll let you know if you want a gift card. Pretty
Yeah.
I love you guys.
We love you, Alex. You're gonna be drafted. We're gonna see you somewhere. It's gonna happen.
That's right.
We
Well,
don't
you
stop.
No,
And I'm mad at them for not drafting you, and they will never hear that.
I know realistically it's not gonna happen. I would love it if it were to happen. I know that, but I just know I'm like realistically I don't think it's gonna happen.
Just put her on the list, guys.
I want
At least
to
put her
get
on
on
the
the
list.
list. I want to get on the list. I want to get on the sexy list. Okay, that's what I want. And if I get drafted, it would.
What the
Oh.
sexy list? Is that a
Yeah,
is that a
Roxy
separate one?
or-
I want to
That's
be
a-
on that sexy list. The list of all the people that could be drafted. That's what I want.
Yeah. And I just have to say too is a couple people said on that post my name, and I thank you and appreciate it. I'm so flattered. It would have to be a Harley Quinn league that's brand new that they're just opening it up for me to be any sort of value.
Girl, no, nay, girl, nay. I could easily picture you being in IG. Okay, we need some
I'd have,
women
to
in
fill, I'd have to fill my
IG.
gaps, but
I can.
That's where I'd probably
easily
be at.
picture you knocking you out of the park. Okay,
It's true.
not giving yourself enough credit.
thank you, girl.
If Kelsey enjoys anything in her free time, it's filling those gaps too.
Thanks, Dylan. Thanks. Gotta fill them gaps. Oh, okay. Moving on. All right. Well, also, like, while we're having people finish up the entries into the contest, if anyone has the chat, you don't even have to super chat it. Though those two presidents. What are your favorite memories? How did you find us? Like, how'd you find Call to Action? I'd love to hear those stories as well. So just all the stories. And I'll tell a story real quick, sort of about when I came to C2A. So I joined C2A the end of June. The end of August is when the New York event happened. I had never met any of these people in person. I'd only talked to them on the internet for a couple of months. And I did the brave thing. I'm like, I'm going to sleep in the same apartment with these people. I'm going to let them pick me up from the airport. I'm just putting my safety in New York in their hands. And that was one of the greatest weekends of my life because I got a bigger family and I love these guys so much. And so important. I love you guys. So I'm going to cry.
Positive.
Kelsey.
Oh, okay.
Love you. Mwah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
other than PL Dong over here, we've all hung out several times.
Yeah.
And it really is a family. And
Yeah.
holy motherfuck, John Kaiser.
So sorry.
How about that, John Kaiser?
Oh, man.
Thanks, guys.
Trapped on 100 shows. The check bounced from my last appearance on C2A. You'll be hearing from my lawyer, Brandon Esquire.
Paul.
It's all on Paul.
Doing
Paul's
Paul.
responsible for that, and he's been dropping the ball. So slide in his DMs,
Yeah.
like put him on blast on Twitter. Just he's
You
the
want
one.
to at
Hashtag
PLD.
blame Paul.
Hashtag
Yeah.
claim PLD. That's why I started. Is
The funny thing is, the gift card, I'm going to give that away too. So you never know, maybe that's going to bounce too. We'll have to find out.
Well, this is nothing on this gift card.
why is it working? Oh, because Paul sent it to me. That
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Big shout out to Kaiser. Man,
Yeah, we
that's
love Kaiser in the show, man.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Kaiser, love you, brother.
Brother.
You're the best.
He was great on the chilled action for the Smash-a-thon, man. That Smash-a-thon was a great fucking weekend, and
So
he was a
good.
big part of it.
Yeah.
Is it still processing or is it finally posted? Has anyone checked recently? Last I looked, it was still processing.
I think it's still processing. That we might actually lose that stream, that part of it, because it's so long. What I've heard
Yeah.
that like it's such a long stream that they can't process it anymore. I know Chris Clark saved a lot of it. I think he got most of it that he might be able to produce later on. I think there's a couple hours missing at the end, though. Unfortunately, we're still looking to see if anybody got anything. We're gonna we'll let you guys know when we find anything more than that.
It's just too epic for YouTube to handle. It's like we can't handle this awesomeness. We're gonna let it crash because it's too much.
Very true.
Oh, Kaiser, I sent you a DM. So.
Oh, also, by the way, this is not true. It's only true 25% of the time, maybe 35.
No.
I feel like you're
People in the know that it is more than 25% of the time.
Mhm.
And I can tell, I've told some people the story of why sometimes we're late to chill. And I don't need to air you guys' dirty laundry out on Call to Action Live, but sometimes it's you, Paul. Quite often it's you.
Sometimes it is me. Sometimes.
Sometimes
It's never me. ever. I don't.
True.
I arrive 15 minutes, 20 minutes early. I don't have to walk away from the computer. I don't need to go get a drink. I don't need to go to the bathroom. It's never.
Hey, hashtag blame PLD.
The true professional.
Fact.
Okay, that's
How-
the difference.
Who started? Jake, was that you? Did that? I don't even know how it started anymore. Like, I just feel like, did we be the first one, Jake, that did that?
Nah, it wasn't me.
I wonder who did that. I have no idea who it was who did that at first.
Yeah, I wonder who.
But I might as well.
Hey,
live up to
but when it all comes down to it, this is the motherfucking 100th episode
it. Yeah, it's fucking amazing, man.
of Call to Action Live. 100 episodes.
Crazy.
That's a legacy
That's
family.
nice, man. That's awesome.
That's an award-winning fucking pizza slice winning fucking achievement right there.
Absolutely.
We would show it, but Danielle hijacked it and ran away. We could have caught her. I mean, she's got the tiniest little steps, but we just let her.
I made a
Run away.
perfect replica. I can send you the picture, life-size perfect replica of the award. I have the file on my phone.
Nah,
So all you have
it's
to do
fine. We'll just get the updated one this year. It's okay.
but yeah, but I did that for me, and it's framed in my house because
We got to win this award 11 times in a row, so all of us can get one of the slices. Now,
I know.
We need to win 11 times in a row, and then we can also almost make a wheel at that point. So like we can take a picture of them all
We call
together as a
action
wheel.
Oh my gosh, yes.
We're still younger than Roca. 100%.
That's what matters. That's what matters. I do want to take a minute to highlight. There's a lot of people that are in C2A that a lot of people don't realize, and I mean, I just want to take a second to highlight let you guys just know everyone that isn't officially in C2A. If I can just bring up the official, list. Okay, so Danielle Ramirez, obviously, that's a host of one of the co-hosts or main hosts is necessarily of the Chill to Action, all around a badass babe, obviously, pretty amazing. Bunch of stuff going on. Kelsey, obviously, Paul, that one guy, Jake.
the other guy.
The other guy.
Dylan.
Another
The
guy.
other guy.
Dylan doing a whole bunch of stuff. Jake does everything behind the scenes in terms of he does a lot of modding in the chats, creating the thumbnails, intro videos, the graphics, all that good stuff. Richard, he does stuff behind the scenes. Dylan, you're in charge of like Twitch Tuesdays. You are low key. You're like the person that really kind of reins us in on occasion if necessary.
I know. I try to keep that behind the scenes. My personality up front says that you wouldn't trust me with any power on screen, but
Good. On screen. This is like my heart behind the scenes. Nat Vu, my boy. He is also involved with Twitch.
Daddy.
Yeah, Natty.
Neither father.
On Tuesdays.
yeah.
Get out of here, Jake. What the F? Nat, he is also like low key my husband's favorite host on screen.
I mean,
Like,
he's not wrong.
Like he doesn't really watch our episodes or anything all too much, but he'd be like, if I like mentioned, oh, Nat's why is it? He's like, oh, he's hosting.
Oh, I love that.
Kind of like
Nat's
he cares.
Nat's
Kinda like he cares. He's like, oh, maybe I'll
I'll be there.
come in and come pop in.
What else you do?
He loves that. He really does. Billy Befford, oh my gosh, coming in hot. Belford, he does he's like the guy that he does. I feel like he doesn't do like active stuff like on point where he's not like modding chats or hosting or anything, but he's there when we need help. When there's a lot of discussion. Yes, he doesn't he's a guy who is like as far as like getting ideas and solidifying stuff and making connections. He is definitely the guy. Not to mention, Belford. He's just an all around what an amazing person. We love having him. Megs, our girl Megs.
Oh.
We love Megs and myself. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 of us. Can you guys believe it?
Jarvie exists in a void in a different time zone, and through spirit, we just kind of remember him from time to time. But then Paul will just
every once in a great while he gets to pop on when he
That's
has
true.
time.
That's
But he is, and when he pops on, he's always the best looking of us.
It's fact.
It's why we had to cut him out of it because he just
He made us all look so bad.
so terrible. Yeah.
His Q level, whoo, let me tell you.
All right, real quick, we got a few more super chats come in. One from Mike Deacon. Got to send you all love. Met so many lifelong friends here. Wait.
Thank you, Mike.
Fact. So many lifelong friends within this community, and I love you guys all.
Hey, I'm gonna be a groomsman in Mike's wedding to Bethany.
I'm gonna be at that wedding, so I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be so great.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be so much fun. It's like low key.
Thanks, Peggy.
Peggy. Draft Peggy Gubbins.
Yeah, that's another
Gubbins. Oh my gosh, Peggy is like a star. She's gonna do great things. It's a matter of time. She will be on Schmoedown. It's a fact. Putting it out there.
And then we have another super chat from Austin. Stop being so wholesome. Make fun of each other or something.
Oh, it'll come. You know that.
We do need to work on that. I think we're being way too nice to PLG right now. I mean, the rest of us are fine, but
get up, Paul.
We got to work on
Can
the
I
PLG.
just say fuck Paul?
Yeah.
I'm used to it. It's all good.
Thing is, I feel like it's different because we're family.
Yeah.
You know, we can do that, but also if anyone else says that, we're like, what the fuck? No.
Hey, who said fuck Paul? Only I can say fuck Paul. Fuck you.
That's exactly it.
It's like verbatim what would happen.
Fair enough.
That's 100% it.
And Paul would be like, thank you. And I'd be like, fuck you, Paul, you piece of shit.
Fuck you, Paul, you piece of shit. I love you. We'll see you later. Bye.
I don't think I know how to respond. I was a bit.
Eat a bag of dicks, Paul.
That's a love language.
If you want to know all of our feelings on Paul and the full spectrum of love and hate, just go watch him on the general free for all thing, and us continually being like, "This motherfucker needs to die."
That was exactly it. That was exactly it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was sitting here trying to figure out answers to send to the other competitors. I'm like, knock him out. Knock him the fuck out. He doesn't deserve it. Take him out. We want him to win. We hate it.
Get Paul. Also, I felt really bad because at the same time, I'm like cheering you on internally because I was like, Paul, he's my boy. He's doing really great. Fantastic. If he's getting these questions knocking out of the park, fantastic. But also, at the same time, I was like, Paul, what the F are you doing? You were supposed to come in and co-host this shoot with me.
That was the idea. I know. I remember that. I was supposed to come on at the end and do the thing. We actually moved me up in the thing so I'd get out.
Yeah, we admitted you early on exclusively because you were supposed to be like only in it for like a few rounds and being like and hopping out.
Helping us behind the scenes and stuff, but that's Danielle.
You just had to keep on winning like an ass
She just left alone.
I love how it was like all of y'all need to talk shit to each other, and all of us just went straight to fucking Paul.
Well, it's because you guys can't talk shit about me.
I will never have a bad word about Kelsey, Alex, or Dylan, and Paul can eat a dick.
Yes.
I got that.
That's just C2A behavior there. Okay.
C2A behavior. All right, we got another super chat from Ben. Fun question. Who would last the longest in a zombie takeover? We all know it's me because,
True.
I'm way too slow.
Okay, I will help you guys survive the zombie apocalypse. I am Stop the Bleed certified. I know how to stop, plug up bullet wounds and things like that. I am CPR certified. I have an entire first aid health kit, things like that. That's about as much as I can contribute.
I know how to shoot things.
I can shoot things. I've used a gun once in my life. I could shoot a gun.
I have actually apparently I have very solid aim. My instructor was very impressed. He said I should start here. He said I should consider competing because I was so impressed with the gun apparently. But I do want to just highlight something very on point, which is I would be the survivor, most likely to survive, because Lucas would save us all.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah, Lucas is that's the answer.
As long as it's got to be in between his drunken stupors, though.
That's true.
He'll like get really drunk. He'll let it down. But then he'll rally like no other.
Okay. My man is perfect. Okay, my man. All right.
I never said he wasn't. I'm actually impressed with his resilience and how he comes back from it.
Okay, so like he was not doing well. He just walked out of the room for a little bit, came back, and he was a new person. We're like, how did you do that?
I remember Kim got him water, like when he was like out at Mark Ellis's like literally out on the table at Mark Ellis's comedy show. Kim got him some water. He rallied for the next event, and he's like a whole new man. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know. I was like hanging. I was just like rubbing his back a little bit, and I was like, babe, you can do whatever you need to do. Let me know if I can bring you anything, whatever you need. I got you. I got you, babe. This is your time. This is your time. Whatever you need. I was like, I felt I was coddling him a little bit. But there was like points where he was like, I felt bad because he was like watching the Spectacular last year in LA. He was like drunk for the second half.
Yeah.
He had his head in his between his legs, being like, because at that point he was drinking Jameson doubles at the bar, and.
It sounds right.
That sounds like our brand.
He loves Jameson. He loves Jameson. But the thing is, by the end of the thing, he was totally fine. You know, by the end of it, he was totally good to go, though. And he knows when to come together if necessary. And the man is like really fast at running. Like
I didn't know where you were going with
fast.
that.
I wasn't doing it there.
No.
I thought that was going another way.
Y'all are weenies, okay?
Really
You guys
fast,
are like all
not a good
purrs.
thing sometimes.
Y'all are purrs. But Lucas is actually like really, like he's a really fast runner. So that's why I would say I would survive the longest in this group, and by extension Lucas, because of him.
So is Lucas going to carry you while he runs? Is that the
Right.
idea?
Is this the play?
He's going to put you over his back, his shoulder, and then just run?
No, thing is, what he would do is that he would shoot me in the leg, potentially, and then we would go off together, and it would be perfect, if necessary.
If you get shot in the leg, Alex, I know how to stop the bleeding, so let me know.
Exactly, it's a teamwork effort.
I own a tourniquet now, so I can.
I have a lot of skills that he doesn't have, and he has a lot of skills that I do not have. So teamwork. So
Makes the dream work.
I wish I could share the video. Cam brought it up of
Lucas in the backyard.
Lucas. Yeah.
I don't remember that. What?
You weren't there.
You weren't there.
You weren't there.
I wasn't there, so
Lucas-
I want to hear the story. What happened?
Yeah. Oh, I think only me
Okay.
me and Jake were from this group.
Yeah. Lucas went in the backyard and tried to like do donuts or some shit and got stuck.
The backyard.
Lucas?
Lucas.
Yeah.
And he got,
Oh God, yeah, I remember this. You guys were asshats. He sent me a video of you guys.
Yeah.
You guys were he sent me a video of you guys trying to get out of like doing stuff in the yard, and he messaged me being like, "These fucking idiots."
Yeah.
Here's a video.
Yeah, I got the video on my phone.
Yeah, it was just like
I
them
can't-
struggling to drive. It was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll real quick plug that again real quick. Go to Twitter. Put this link to this video. Say what your favorite moment is. Whatever you want to do. Really, I kind of don't care. Just use the hashtag that he just said. I'll put it up as well.
Draft Alex Mac or draft C2A100.
Yeah. Hashtag C2A100 or do the hashtag Draft Alex Mac. Any of those will get you an entry into this drawing to win a $25 Amazon gift card at the end of the show. All right. I plugged it.
That was professional as fuck.
Yeah, right.
I know what I'm doing. Sometimes. When I'm not
My
having
bad.
Jameson.
My bad.
No Jameson for me today. I'm having a bang, so I'm on my game right now.
Girl, man, what flavor of bang? Is that unicorn?
Birthday cake bash.
What
Birthday
is
cake
wrong
bash.
with you?
I
That sounds
love,
too sugary.
I
much.
can't eat cake, so this is like the closest I can get to cake, and it's amazing.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, my favorites are rainbow unicorn, cotton candy, birthday cake bash, radical skedaddle.
This sounds like I'm vomiting rainbows. Like
But
that's
they're all in pink, blue,
There's-
and white containers.
I think I like sweet tart, like the cherry lime
Right.
grape. I like,
Yep, I
but
can't do
they're
those.
like the birthday cake, the unicorn. I could not do when after I drank them. It was just like
Did you
too-
say
much.
Did you say cherry lime rape?
Cherry, lime, and grape, you asshat.
And grape. Okay.
Grape is delicious. What the heck?
I got you. See.
Yeah.
Hold
yeah,
on.
I got
Give
sweet
me.
tooth. I literally
I'll
keep
be back in
lollipops
like
on my
5
desk.
seconds.
Like,
Okay.
I have sweet tooth. I like sweets.
I want to point out, John Mariano, the man, says, my money's on Nat, Danny, Megs, Danny, Kelsey, or Dylan. Bilford would go out in a blaze of glory trying to get the car for everyone. That's
If you
absolutely
got that car,
very
though, if you
accurate.
got that car, then it'd be all over because he would just be driving over all the fuckers.
yeah.
Can I be back in just like a few moments? I'll be right back.
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be back too.
We can handle this.
Yep.
So, Dylan, sandwiches.
All right.
Oh,
So
we're back
here's
to
the thing about sandwiches, guys. All right. If you
I
haven't
got
watched
5-inch sandwich versus 10-inch sandwiches. Is that what I heard we were
it was
discussing?
5-inch versus 12-inch originally.
12-inch.
Yep.
And
12 inches is too much
12
sandwich.
is too much meat.
That's too
Yeah.
much meat for one person.
a foot
It's
long
my
is too
size
much
person.
meat for somebody the size of Kelsey.
Yep.
We said 5 to 10. I think you said 10.
I mean, like if it, yeah.
I mean, of course, it
but
varies.
a sandwich is a sandwich.
Now let's say the sandwich drops and has a little bit of a curve. And then does that influence how much of the sandwich you're willing to eat at a given moment?
A sandwich is a sandwich. I will happily eat a sandwich as long as it's a sandwich. That works.
If you want to hear more about our sandwich conversations, make sure to check out Twitch Tuesday over on our Twitch channel. If you haven't gone check that out, Kelsey was on the last episode and she gave us almost too much discussion and details over our sandwich talk. Hashtag sandwich talk.
Hashtag sandwich talk. Hashtag blame Dylan and Nat for sandwich talk.
What are we gonna do?
They're like, Kelsey's on the show. How can we make her be dirty on the camera? Okay, we'll talk her about sandwiches.
Make you whatever. You gravitate towards it naturally, and then we just kind of are like, oh well. I mean, me and Nat aren't gonna let it go. This is just good views. So, work for the big. So yeah, I mean that's the trick. Paul.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Last Twitch Tuesday episode, we were talking and we were doing our impressions of you and Danny for to call that for the Chill to Action segment, right? And Nat Vu in the comments, my man, yeah, he knows where to catch us on Twitch. So we sat there and we laughed, and I need to get a hat because I sat there and said, with my mustache right now, I could play like a younger Paul in a biopic. If we do like PLD, the origin story, I could do it.
I would pay to see that. I would pay to see that.
I would totally pay to see your interpretation of his origin story.
I love it.
Can find me a queen hat and just send it to me, and I'll do the whole skit for you. Me and Nat talked about behind the scenes. Me and Nat talked about doing a couple segments like that, just doing random like skit comedies. And we were like, "Oh man, that actually
It's
sounds
funny.
really
Somebody
fun."
else asked me for that with the queen hat. I got the queen hat from it. It was actually a gift from one of my kids, but I actually looked it up and I found the link, so I'll send it over to you. So I had to send it over to Justin Hamilton. I had to send it over to you already. So
Everybody's
sounds right.
PLD cosplays. Get a link out there. I want to see everyone be PLD for Halloween next year.
Yep.
it's not. Christy McGee actually from Twitter did that last year. I think it was. And she had it was pretty good. It was pretty good, I gotta say. I love the Twitch Tuesday. I wish I could come on Twitch Tuesday. Usually I'm working.
It goes off the rails since you
Immediately. It doesn't even start on the rails.
we derail before we even push the go button. It's like,
That's true. If you've seen the ending of Snowpiercer, that's where we start. We are the sequel of that train. The Stash Army
man.
C28 Origins. Dude, me and Nat are going to write up a real good script for that. I'm telling you, we're looking for PLT Donovan.
I like that. I think Kelsey could do a great Daniel. I'd like to see that.
I don't think I could reach those levels of Danielle.
No, I think Nat could do a great Danielle. I've seen him.
I've seen Nat do a great Danielle. He can pull her off pretty well. He's got the Texas accent. He knows how to talk about Whataburger.
There's a lot of y'alls.
He knows all the y'alls. Texas. He hits all the important points. So
a lot of rants. You got to go on a lot of rants.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Make no mistake, a lot of rants. I sat there and I said, I just need to have I need to withdraw like several $100s in bills just to have on a stream at any given moment, and just here you go, just throw it at the camera. Say this thing. That's what my comments are. I wish there was a way to do this better, and then you find YouTube, right? And then you're like, And then you just start sending money away.
And then like the montage happens of him like discovering YouTube, how it works, and like he's got a really catchy song playing. And
yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna be sweet. We're gonna get flagged for whatever song we use because it will definitely DMCA or whatever our Twitch channel.
Fair enough. That'll
definitely happen. Danny and Dean said Team Butter. That's the right team to be on.
Team Butter.
Nat says Texas forever, my dude. Astrology.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's true. Snowpiercer. Ed Harris isn't Snowpiercer. Son of a bitch.
How dare you? Don't remind us.
I didn't even say it too because I wanted to see if someone else would bring it up, and they did. Christopher Atkinson. This guy salutes you right here because you did it for me.
Chris, I'm 100% sure Christopher Atkinson is now Paul's alternate account.
You know what the funny thing is? I thought that too a little bit. How about you back in the hair?
I was like, Paul, that picture that doesn't even have a profile picture on it. You're not even being subtle. What's going on there? What a burger!
So many Danielle impersonations in the chat. It's amazing.
Oh, it's so good. Danny, are you? So many Dannys are in the chat right now. We have every Danny, Danielle, and everything in between.
Oh my gosh. Texas forever, my dude. Oh my gosh. 100% Danielle.
Astrology. I feel like 75% of our conversations in the Babes chat revolve around astrology, relationship tests, love languages. We have fun there.
No. I
want to know the love language talk.
Love languages are real, okay?
I'm very surprised by mine.
There's some things where I'm like, it's a placebo effect. The placebo effect is incredibly real. And if you believe something is going to have an impact on your life, chances are it probably will. Maybe not to the crazy extent, but if you believe in X, Y, and Z, the mental process of you doing that, it just gives it a boost. Obviously, again, it's not going to cure cancer, but it makes you mentally more susceptible to X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. Now, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Astrology, not my thing. Crystals, not my thing. But again, I do think it's like I've been very vocal about that. It's just like
I'm not a radiologist. I have other interests in crystals.
It's just like but at the same time, I'm in a family of scientists. It's my brother, he went to school for physics and chemistry. He wanted to go. He actually applied to go to Mars when that whole Mars thing happened. But at the same time, placebo effect is incredibly real. And so if you feel like something's going to really impact your life, it will. It really, really will. And so you can apply that to crystals, astronomy. You can apply that towards whatever the heck you want, honestly. And I apply that towards a lot of things.
Is that what you do whenever you're doing mayo over butter?
No, if I had mayo in this Airbnb, I would make a bomb-X grilled cheese on camera for you. Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't even know. It creates such a really great crustiness that it doesn't burn as quickly. So it's really, really wonderful. Plus it it doesn't taste greasy at all compared to using butter. And plus, if you look at a lot of major chefs, Mario Batali, if you look at Ingrid, like what's her name, that chick that does
I don't like Nintendo games. I wouldn't listen to that.
Yeah, there's a lot of like chefs. So like Gordon Ramsay, he uses mayo. There's a bunch of them internationally, not only here in the US, that specifically use mayo, and you don't realize it.
I mean, he probably likes broccoli, so I can't trust his opinion on food.
Jon Favreau? You remember Jon Favreau from the movie Chef?
I know Jon Favreau as a director.
He uses mayo.
Yeah, but I don't go to him for my opinion on sandwiches. I go for him for cheese. He can do movies and Mando episodes, but I don't care if he makes a sandwich.
There's a lot of good special effects that makes them look good. Doesn't mean they're actually real.
It's true.
How dare you?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We have a special treat for you.
We do.
We have Danielle here to join us on the stream. Hi, Danielle. How are you doing?
Y'all, Mercury is in Gatorade, which means it's time to go eat Whataburger.
I love that you just said Mercury is in Gatorade.
Can we get that on a sticker, like a car sticker?
Yeah.
Gator.
Y'all, I'm a Gemini. You know how we do. It's all about the-
You're a Gemini. No, you're a Gemini too. When were you born?
I know Nat was born June 17th, and Danielle, which is me, I was also born in June.
You were born somewhere before May 20th now. I mean, Danny.
That's what I meant, y'all.
Yeah.
I was born June 8th.
That explains a lot about this podcast, actually.
My mom was born June 9th, and my grandma, you guessed it,
June 7th?
June 10th.
10th.
I didn't guess it.
Wow.
Clearly, the women in my family get horny around a particular time of the year.
She's going to be so mad about that. You know, Dean, we've done it 2 times in a row. So
Nothing to do with this.
Art imitates life.
Well, she'll find out. I think she'll be flattered.
So, Danny, now that you're here, I've got to ask. What are some of your favorite call to action memories? Let's get nostalgic with you, buddy.
Call to action memories
Go.
is y'all, the day I met Nat. Nat's such an amazing person, and he's the best person I've ever met in my life, y'all. Texas forever. I don't need the time. I can just yield the rest of the time, and that's the best.
He is always yielding all the rest of his time, isn't he?
I just squirted wine in my eye. What have you done? Oh.
All right. So kayfabe aside, Nat.
Yeah.
What's some of your favorite times, favorite stories?
Hang on a second.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure you've got something good.
All right, I'm back. I'm Nat.
Hey, Nat's here, everybody. Welcome. Can I get the clap emoji in chat just because I want to see that emoji? Get those claps, everybody. Hashtag y'all.
Hashtag y'all.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to say that anymore because I'm a different person now. But I don't know if I can narrow it down to like one memory. I feel like this whole getting to know all of you has been just awesome. Like I had no idea when I joined the Team Action group, like what was it, 3 years ago now, I think, something like that, that I would end up being as close to these people as I am now. Like it's really amazing the community that we have, and you guys have been like a second family to me. And I mean, not to get all mushy and everything, but I mean, I love you guys, and I can't think of like a single memory. Like it's all been amazing.
I agree with that.
Okay, I got one for you, Nat. So, I'm down in Arizona, and I'm in Tucson.
Yeah.
And I meet up with you because we're doing a review. We're doing a reaction of the Shy Wolves match, whichever one it was. But this is before. This is that match.
Shire Woods versus the Odd Couple when they won the titles.
That's right. Oh my God, what a match for us to react to together.
Yeah.
So that night we were sitting there. We went out, got some burgers, and you were like, Dylan, here, put some music on, which I know is a fucking test. And I knew immediately you were like, it was like, if I put on some trash stuff, you're like, Dylan, give me the aux cord back. That's what would happen. But because I'm a knowledgeable man, I can fill the room. Threw on Childish Gambino, something sexy for him.
Yeah.
And from that point forward, Nat was like, I want to be on every show. Every show that we do together, I want it to be us. From that moment forward,
what
it's been the
music did you put on?
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, I put on Childish Gambino. I put on Bonfire, I think is what I'm sure I put on.
It was the perfect choice because if you know anything about me, you would know that Childish Gambino / Donald Glover is my favorite person on the planet. Mm-hmm. He is my favorite artist, and the moment you put that on, I was like, oh my God. This guy and me are meant to do a Twitch show together on Tuesdays.
Yep.
6 p.m.
That's true. And then we went to go watch a movie, and then we saw Tim Franco. And
what the hell? We just randomly ran into Tim Franco when we saw Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Great time.
Just right there.
Yep.
So you thought this, even though we were nowhere near having a Twitch channel or anything like that, you thought that right then and there, it's like this guy, Twitch Tuesdays.
No,
Yeah.
we always knew we were going to have several shows lined up, and we've talked about it. We have the next 5 shows lined up just whenever we just inevitably cancel the ones that we're doing at any given moment.
But speaking of Twitch Tuesdays, I really can't make any plans because people are here and they can't know about our secret segment.
Yeah. You know what I'm
But I just had an amazing idea that I came up with today. So
Oh.
I can't wait to share that with you.
Okay.
We're
Well,
alone.
if you want to know more, you have to tune in. That's the trick.
Oh,
You can only exclusively tune in for our secret segment. And if you're in our chat and for whatever reason have tuned in, you keep your mouth shut. You know the rules. If you watch that show, you know the rules.
I have been on the show multiple times, and they have done this secret segment in front of me, and I still cannot tell you what it is.
We will only explain it when it is just me and Nat on the show.
That's on brand. That is on brand.
That's so good. That's so good.
Welcome back, Jake.
Jake Yakovetta's back
Jake's
in the
back in the
show.
house.
Jake.
Hey, sorry, I just had to deal with some shit, but I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, you missed Danielle, but Nat's here now. So
Yeah.
You missed Danielle. She was here. She was pretty good looking. She was pretty handsome.
yeah.
Pretty cute. Pretty cute.
What about Time Franco?
Time Franco, yeah, that's well.
Oh,
That's the other
Franco.
person I've been.
Tank time, baby.
Do you not understand that reference?
No, we don't know that reference. What is it?
That's from a certain POV.
No, it's PJ Campbell Network.
PJ Campbell Network.
He was on there, and I think Ferris made some kind of point, and it was trying to talk about Tim Franco, but misspelled it, said Time Franco. And then, like, a day later, 2 days later, all of a sudden in the chats now, there's a YouTube chat person called Time Franco. And they talk about time travel and everything else. And PJ and his crew keep thinking it's me because I was there that night, and I can keep hopping in like right on the same time. They think it's me. I think it's not me. I don't know who it is. But
yeah. So someone had a typo, and it turned into a thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
that happens
That
sometimes.
does happen.
I don't know anything about that.
That sometimes
Fucking
happens.
hot,
to Jake.
man.
I think we can almost single-handedly thank you for where Brandon Hanna's character is right now, because Christian wanted him to get so far away from the Hot Man chant moniker that we have the ultra heel that we have now. That is awesome. So
But
it's all your fault.
hey,
Thank you.
I'm not a fan.
Kelsey, you were in Atlanta. You heard the Hot Man chants.
I was part of the Hot Man chants. Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh, we did get a super
21.
chat. Oh, we did get a super chat a little bit ago from Mr. Danny Coast, which is I'm here too. Is it Cost? Really? Have I been saying it wrong this entire time?
The best part is we've just been letting her, and we've never
corrected her to this point.
Listen, people call me Nate all the time, and I never correct them.
That's true.
It's true. I mean, we all know you're Nate from Gossip Girl, so
Serious ass.
I've heard you got Nate, and I'm like, it's not my job to correct it.
Oh my
so
gosh, I've been doing it this entire time. You guys are a bunch of weenies. What is wrong with you? Okay,
so Danny Cost super chats. This was a stream live. I'm here too. I have many fun memories. Alex Tiger moment was a great one, and trying to be a heel in the pre-live days. Oh my god, yeah. So
Oh my god.
We have to talk briefly about that, right?
Oh no, I don't want to.
No. Let's talk about our growing pains as a podcast, right? Because we had to go through it to get to where we are now. I mean, let's call it for what it is. And when we were a little less popular and a little louder and a little bit hotter and angry about everything, we sat there and we just threw out whatever hot opinions we could at the time, and we were just doing our best to be heel personas through and through. But the struggle with that is eventually we wanted people on the show, and we had to stop telling them to go fuck themselves after we'd never met them before. So that was kind of a hard barrier for us to get over for a little bit.
Still, do you remember having that persona when we were actually in Chicago? I feel bad. I told
Linus,
the poor guy.
I know exactly who it is.
Poor Linus. I told poor Linus, this sweet guy, while we were in line to suck on a bag of dicks.
Yeah.
In line because I was like he was insulting team action, and I was like, okay, you can suck a bag of dicks. This is what's up.
Yeah.
And I look back and I'm like, oh, Alex, shut up.
I heard you. I just remember even with me in character, I just looked over and I was like, yeah, I'm so sorry about that, Linus. Like, speaking of,
thing is, like that's a line I've been saying for years. My dad has told that to me. You know, that's like a line that I've heard it's something you say to your friends and your family, and you're just hanging out. And so when I heard that this might not be like a normal thing for a lot of people, this might be a, you know, no pun intended, a dick thing to say to someone. You know, I was like, oh, that's news.
I think it wouldn't have been so. Yeah. It just wouldn't have been so bad if I didn't feel like Linus wasn't being so entirely wholesome the entire time he was talking with us. And he was playing along. Like, he was totally playing along with it. But then Alex threw that out. And you could just see his demeanor just go inwards. And I was like, oh, no, Alex, too far. What did you do to Linus? Linus is such a great dude. Like, I haven't talked, like, I've only kind of seen him in just chats and Facebook and stuff ever since. But Linus is great, sweet kid. Yeah. Danny Koss says Linus is such a sweet kid. He really is.
He is. I actually messaged him and apologized.
I know.
I did message Linus and I apologized to him, and because I didn't realize it came off like that. I just kept thinking, if anything, I'm being cool, and I'm being cool with like friends.
No, Alex, it's not just you. Paul does that too.
I never do it.
Toast too.
I never do it.
Yeah,
but that's different because Paul's like, you know, Paul's like a bouquet of dicks, so it's different.
Wow.
I don't know. I think I'd rather have the bouquet of dicks than a Paul version of the bouquet.
We can actually defer to the Paul of dicks or the Paul of dicks.
Wait, let's auction off a bouquet of dicks.
Yeah, let's do it. No. Sorry, guys. Everyone that entered, it's now changed to a bouquet of dicks instead of the $25 Amazon gift card.
All right, here's
so much more expensive.
Okay, yes. Paul.
Yes.
So have you ever seen the movie Bronson?
I have not actually seen that.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. And I love Tom Hardy. Me and Nat both love Tom Hardy, so I'm not surprised we both love
Tom Hardy's
So whenever he acts as Bronson, because it's like this weird like biopic of sorts, like Bronson like shaved his mustache and sent it to him to wear, so it looks like terrible. But now that I'm thinking back to our idea earlier where I was going to do the Paul origin story, I really need you to just shave your mustache so I can tape it on for the whole thing. Like, forget like keeping this one. I'm just going to shave that and then wear yours. I'm totally on board with this skit.
Paul, it's completely worth it for the bit.
It's worth
I'm thinking about doing it right now.
Do it live on stream. Do it for the 100th episode, Paul. Come on. Mail it to me. Yes, let's go. Damn it.
No.
How much do we need in Super Chats? You know they'll do it.
How much? We need answers, my dude.
To shave your mustache, put it onto a tape, and then mail it to me.
He can't shave it. It's like glued on.
I know. Well, we'll have to unglue it. Just rip it off. I don't care what you have to do. Chat, what do you think? What's an appropriate number?
What's a good price?
What's a good price?
Like 100?
Like I think 100's like. I think 100 is like above.
For $100, he also has to burn that queen hat.
No, that's never happened.
You can burn that hair.
The stash I can grow back.
Hey, bouquet of dicks. How long have you had that?
Yeah. Hey, I'm in the middle.
Bring back my girl.
There we go.
Oh, right.
I've had this hat for about.
There we go.
How dare you?
I want to say 3 or 4 years now. My daughter got it for me for Christmas 3 years ago. 4 years ago. So.
The hat?
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I've ever seen you without the hat, to be honest.
Well, you should look at some of the thumbnails. Jake has some old.
Yes.
Jake has the thumbnails of me, and it's in my old Red Sox hat that I used to wear before that.
Austin, I have to say, you are quickly becoming my favorite person right now. I just want to point that out there. You're a pretty cool dude, and I approve. Okay.
Austin? Yeah, there he is. There we go. There we go.
Paul doesn't have that much hair.
I love nightmares.
So Dean said that earlier. Dean said the first C2A show he watched was when Alex pissed me off and I threw my hat because he said something about John Williams. And he said I was bald. I'm not quite bald.
No. I have never said anything about John Williams.
It was something about John Williams. It was something really awful.
Was that Clint Eastwood?
No, that wouldn't throw my hat
about a composer.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
throw
John
my hat.
Williams, of
How
all
dare you,
composers,
sir.
too.
John
There's
John Williams.
John Williams.
John
like
Williams.
Star
Star Wars,
composer.
John Williams. Jurassic Park, John
Oh.
Williams.
John Williams.
Yeah, I don't know what it would have been. I don't really have any strong opinions about John Williams, other than he's arguably the most iconic composer in
That's
film
what I said.
history.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
why I was so.
I can argue that I don't really hold any John Williams theme close to my heart, but that's like a very personal thing.
And I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
have
go
thrown my
with-
hat at that. It was something more
Yeah.
definitive that you said. I don't know. You might have just said it just a bit.
We have a lot of fights though.
There are a lot. Okay,
Yeah.
speaking of memories, C2A guys, if you have not, go back to watch any episode where you see me, Alex, and Paul together, and just the three of us, because all you will see is Alex and Paul
Fighting.
disagreements.
But we
Yeah.
do. We know.
And Kelsey's over there just like,
And I'm just sitting there quiet. I'm like, I'm just.
Kelsey's over here. Make sure to catch me on Twitch. Kelsey Kim Gaming.
Tuesday, 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Follow me on my cosplay Instagram.
Yeah.
It was all with love, though. It was all with love.
I feel
Is it? Sure it is.
Well, thing is, when it comes to Paul, I feel like Paul is definitely a person that makes me feel comfortable enough where I'm okay with like sharing some of those details, just because I consider, just like any of you guys, I mean, this is very much a family environment, and Paul, I'm okay. I'm like, I'm very comfortable sharing some of those details because Paul is like, he's like a brother, he's like a brother that I also have, an additional brother that I have, so, it's, and not to mention, I wouldn't actively fight with someone I didn't care about.
It's good coffee.
I only fight with people that I actually care about and people that I love. I can still call Paul a bouquet of dicks, but as a sister, I'm okay. As a sister, it's okay for me to say that because he's a bouquet of dicks.
I was getting uncomfortable with your love language there, so I'm glad you went back.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
I
a
will.
twat waffle.
There you go. That's
I will
Anyone else can call him a twat waffle, but
So
he's a
Paul
twat
doesn't
waffle.
need words of affirmation. That's not his love language.
Yeah.
We all know that
I will
Paul's a
100% say that Paul is a piece of shit.
There we go. There it is.
Jake's like, I'm not kidding.
No, I'm not. Like, I'm very serious.
Yeah, I get that. I see you, Jake. It's all good. It's all good.
Oh.
Jealousy doesn't suit you well, and
Cam in the hot take. I have shit to say about Hans Zimmer. No, Cam. Hans Zimmer's so good. He's like,
What's wrong with Hans Zimmer?
Hans Zimmer's like our second next best dude, and then the next one is the.
I disagree.
No, it's
yeah.
not. Oh, here we go. All right. Not the
that
best
I
part
don't
of
know
the team.
about. That I
All
Yeah.
right, I don't
I have
know
no idea
about
about any of that.
I don't know his behind-the-scenes
Yeah.
politics,
Robert.
whatever. He could go in there and
Robert.
say, "Hey,
I feel like I
Robert."
haven't seen you in forever. It's not like I hung out with you guys last night. Like that. That is.
No big deal. No big deal.
Nah, I don't
That's
listen.
definitely a brother podcast of us.
I don't want to know my composers behind the scenes stuff. They could sit there and torture puppies, and I'm like, listen, but Jurassic Park score slaps, man. What do you want me to do?
Wait, did you just say torture puppies?
Listen, that's not me. That's Hans Zimmer. All I'm saying.
You guys, I have to say, I just want to put this out there. Cinefanatics,
Hashtag draft
Art.
fanatics as well.
draft Cinefanatics, but I mean, Cinefanatics are honestly my favorite.
Fuck both of them.
Other after show, Schmoedown after show. They legitimately are the respin.
I mean,
It's really, really great, and they do not get enough credit for being one of the best after shows out there. They really, really don't, and they're fantastic. If you guys aren't familiar, if you guys want to check out their stuff, check them out. They're fantastic.
We have nothing but love here for they're the closest thing we have to cousins as far as podcast goes. They are our cousin podcast, and even though we don't maybe always use that term, but yeah, if we're together, it's family, man. That's our crew. Like Cinefanatics
and
boys.
when they did their predictions for the awards, they ripped off their shirts and they had
They popped a claw.
And they popped a white
They
claw.
popped a white
And
claw.
they had the call to action shirts, and it was a touching moment.
You know what I love about Cinefanatics is that they're from Texas, y'all. Texas forever.
There it is.
Oh, they love their
Another
Whataburgers. They love their
Draft our
Whataburgers.
boys. Draft
That
our
Whataburger.
Before the comment disappears, I was probably asking
Being
when for the Birds of
Whataburger.
Prey watch along. I didn't know people wanted one, so if that's something people want, I I can do one.
Oh fuck! I'd join a Birds of Prey watch.
Same.
I actually need to watch it finally. Like I haven't had my full of it yet.
Okay, it's on the. We'll put it on the books. Just
On
keep
the
an eye out.
docket.
I'll work on it.
All right.
On the docket.
I
Cosplay.
just seen some theaters, so yeah.
I fell asleep in the theater when I was watching it. I was probably like, I was in one of those weird modes where I was like 17 beers deep.
That's a weird.
That's not modes. That's alcoholism.
That's
Jake.
Tuesday for you, Jake.
That's like Tuesday.
That's a high tolerance. I would not be able to.
One of my
Yeah,
favorite
I
moments.
fell asleep halfway through a movie. I didn't see it. I saw it, but I didn't see it.
Okay.
We'll do the watch along. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Hell, we'll just do it Tuesday if we have to. On Twitch Tuesdays. Make sure
Yeah,
to
we
see
can do it on Twitch Tuesdays.
Actually, wouldn't be a bad
Twitch
idea.
I'll come and cosplay. It's because I heck, if I plan it really well, I could do a costume changes as she does.
That'd be really impressive.
Okay.
Actually.
Girl.
That would be dope.
And you could pretend to toss me a hair tie.
Oh my god!
And I'll be like, catch. And I'll tie my hair up.
Yes,
Girl.
girl! Oh my gosh! Okay. Plans in the make, guys. We're doing this. We're doing this.
Yeah, I'm down.
4 costume changes in one stream. It's gonna be great.
Good boy.
No big deal. That's gonna be easy peasy.
No big deal. No big
You guys,
deal.
look in the rafters. We've got some special guests hanging out.
Oh, speaking of our cousins, boom!
Cousin Chris and Cousin
Cousin
Robert.
Robert.
There they are.
my God. Look at these beautiful faces.
These
And
motherfuckers.
dude, y'all hit 100 episodes of this show. Absolutely. Here's the thing: we're known as a family-friendly channel over on the Cinefanatics, but I will tell
You
y'all,
him now.
yeah, hitting 100 episodes. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
Good job, y'all.
Flip
I'll
it
give him a
and
pass
then
'cause that's
post
not a
it
real
on
word.
this channel.
Clip it, post it, tag.
It's not a real word. I'll give it a pass.
Hey,
Not a
every
curse
time
word.
I hear these motherfuckers cuss, it makes me. It just makes my heart feel good.
Yeah.
It makes you smile. We know.
Shut
It
that
makes-
shit up, Jake.
Call to action
Fuck
stop
you,
goes
Chris.
up 5 points.
I will be right back.
All
Lucas
right.
took my wine. I'll be right back.
How dare
Oh no!
Uh,
No! You thrash him. You make him pay for that.
I will be back, but never mind.
Slash his gams.
You are fine. More credit, Adam. So okay. So the backstory on that, real quick, is
Those are my
Well played,
jams.
Andres.
How dare you?
Well played, Andres.
we did our Patreon watch along to Demolition Man, and we had Andres on there. So every time he accidentally slipped up and cursed on our channel, we had to fine him 1 credit. For those of y'all familiar with Demolition Man, you get fined a credit whenever you curse. So that's what he's doing. Is he's finding us the credit for that.
When I came to your apartment, and the first thing you said was, "We do not curse on this channel."
You're right.
And everyone was like, "Okay." Everyone who saw the video was like, "Jake didn't say much." Yeah, it was.
It wasn't
I wonder why.
allowed.
I was trying so hard not to cuss you motherfuckers out.
Jake, true or false? There were cue cards that you had to read off screen that were like, "Stick to the script, Jake. Stick to the script."
So I can't remember. Did we have the one wall set up with like the green screen when you came?
Yeah, you did.
I believe it was the other wall than what we actually have set as our green screen wall now. But yeah, so we probably did have the cue card set up for Jake to read like verbatim.
Yeah.
And
But
bless
it-
his heart,
it
I
was-
wasn't making it any easier for him when I was doing this stuff.
Yeah, that's right. What the hell are you doing?
It was also fucked up because there was a general's bunker that was happening while we were recording, and like I really wanted to do something like where I came on screen with my name, but it would be them, and I was like tied up on the ground or something.
That would have been hilarious.
What the hell you think we're running over here on this channel, Jake?
And here's
Exactly what he just said.
Jake Yakavetta.
I mean, I wanted to do that, but I didn't actually notice that the bunker had started until after we had finished our reaction that we did.
Mhm.
I mean, if you want, you can still come over here and we'll still tie you up at some point. We can do that. Fine.
I'm
Schmoedown
not promising
Chris,
anything.
what are you trying to?
I'm not promising.
I'm saying
Jack.
if you're into it, Jake, I want to make sure you have some happiness in your life, man.
I mean, if he's from
You know what?
C2A, it's kind of like in our contract, you have to be into it, so it's fine.
As long as you.
We do not Schmoedown kink
Hey,
shame
I-
here.
put in the
Okay?
fine print.
I
Fine.
didn't see that contract when I bought y'all's t-shirts for us.
As long as you give me some
Fine, fine.
torchies, I'm good, man.
Oh hell yeah!
Do whatever you want.
Do whatever
Look
you
at-
want for me, for torture.
Look at Camshaft over there in the chat is saying the Son of Fanatics OnlyFans.
Oh my gosh, I would. Okay. Oh my. Can you imagine what
fanatics.
an OnlyFans account would look like if it were run by, if it was like a Schmoedown exclusive OnlyFans account?
I thought you were about to say what does an OnlyFans account look like if it's ran by brothers, and that's weird.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sure there's a market, guys. I'm sure there's a
Like,
market.
don't get me wrong. Again, no kink shaming here, but
No
I
kink
will.
shaming.
I will shame brothers.
Yeah.
Incense. That's not a word. Well, that is a word, but that's not
It's
the word I'm looking for.
Wincest in this case.
That ain't cute. That ain't cute.
This is not the entertainment that I felt like I was being brought on to.
Why is this
I'm hosting the show, so what did you guys
Yeah,
expect?
this is technically Kelsey's show, so you know this is exactly the entertainment you're signing up for.
True.
We had Kelsey on our show last night, so I mean, I feel like we were like pretty well indoctrinated into this. So
Yeah.
I didn't bring up kinks or sandwiches one time on the stream, so proud of myself.
good job, Kelsey. I'm glad that we selected you to be on.
Good job, girl.
Willpower.
Now I'm kind of on the Schmoedown OnlyFans idea, though.
I gotta sign off.
I
there.
love the
I have a
idea
show
of
I'm gonna
Schmoedown
do.
OnlyFans.
I have a show I'm going to do,
Paul-
but I will talk to you guys later on. It was great to be
Paul's
on.
bitching out.
Yeah.
I have a show I was supposed to do at 12:30 a.m. now. It's like 1 a.m.
Oh, we just got here.
I
just-
know.
That's probably why he's leaving, because Paul's just anti everybody.
You know
I
what?
am.
It's just typical bouquet of dicks behavior. Okay.
Okay.
Behavior.
Fair enough.
So before Paul actually drops off, if I may, as the Son of Fanatics that are like heavily like pimping us trying to be a part of the draft, I will take a minute to stop promoting ourselves, dude. Y'all, promote draft PLD after his performance. After his
One.
performance in I'll get to that.
Okay.
But after PLD's performance in the last general standing,
94%.
Hustling.
yeah. Here's the thing. I'm down for some like fan faction going on, and I want to see PLD in the draft. I'll be honest, even if the Cinefanatics don't get drafted, I want to see PLD in the draft. I want to see him get selected.
Can I mute his mic when he says things like, even if the Cinefanatics don't get drafted?
Yeah, you can do that. That's fair.
Yeah, we got
And
you.
Alex Mac too. Definitely Alex Mac. More than
I
anybody.
also
Draft
want to
Alex
see
Mac.
this one right here get
Yeah.
drafted because
Alex.
she also earned that right. But
110%. 110%.
I
Wait, where
I
am
also
I
want to
going?
manage.
Wait, where-
Also, Alex
Oh,
for
man.
manager.
Yeah.
Manager.
Manager
Manager.
Manager of the year.
Is that a
It's the
word?
wine. Blame the wine. Blame the wine. Okay. Blame Lucas and his hot gams. Okay. That's what you
Hashtag
say.
blame Lucas.
I
Um,
always, like
Always.
here's the thing. I'm at work and I have my manager is asking me why I'm not meeting sales quotas, and I tell her I was like, blame Lucas's hot gams.
Yeah,
That's
as you
true.
should.
I mean, have you seen him?
I
Real
mean,
quick
Calves
before
are
PLD leaves, I
huge.
think he has a question for him. What are you doing, step bro?
Ew,
What are
Come on now, Cassie. No, that ain't cute.
you doing, Paul? Where are you going?
I
Lucas'
do have
calves are like this big.
Yeah.
I did a PLD project stream at
weird.
12:30. We're going to be doing a tier list of Star Wars characters. I got to figure out what we're doing.
Tier list.
Am I allowed to join
wait.
late if the show is still going?
Is that tonight?
That's in I'm going there to set it up now. So it's supposed to start at 12:30 a.m. Eastern time. It's now 1 a.m. and pushed it
Gotta
back.
wrap this up then, I guess.
I love Star Wars. Feel free to drop me the link, Paul.
I will, absolutely.
Yeah, I love Star Wars. Feel free to leave me the link, Paul.
I will. If you guys want on, you can come on.
Was that?
Yeah.
I love Star Wars.
I think Star Wars are fine, but I mean,
Is that
you
all
can-
the is that
I
all the
gotta go to
qualification that you need to be on the PLD project? Is like, hey, Paul, I like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Pretty much. If you like Star Wars, give me the Star Wars trilogy. Yeah, so that's not very particular. So
Real
What if you
quick,
don't like Star Wars or don't care about Star Wars all that much, like me?
then you're never allowed on PLD projects.
There you go.
Ever?
Them's the breaks.
Well,
Ever?
I'll make an exception for you, but not on the Star Wars show.
That's fair.
Oh, absolutely. I was like, I've had many conversation with Roka about it, where it's just like I always come in as like, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I'm a very casual fan, and a casual fan's reaction to this big casting or this potential plot detail. I'm like, whatever. As long as it looks cool and I'm excited,
By
That's
the
all
way,
I did the other day.
since you mentioned it, may I say that it was an absolute pleasure to react to a call to action reaction last weekend. With
On the
movie guys.
Smash-a-thon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that Smash-a-thon. If you guys
Oh
got to
my
see
god, that was
it's
so
such a
much fun.
That was fun.
That was so awesome.
treat.
And
all right. I am doing the name shuffle right now, so in just a few moments we will have our winner of our prize.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all
Have a
right.
good night, guys. Take care.
Bye,
Talk
Paul.
to you
Bye.
soon, Paul.
Bye.
All right, guys.
That's my favorite co-host, y'all. My dude.
Yeah,
I love you. Dude.
Fuck
your work
you.
husband.
Jake,
Okay.
if you're trying to say Paul is number one, you're holding up the wrong finger.
Okay. All right, guys. So we have our winner. So
Why am I at the bottom?
That's where we picture you, Jake.
That's where we picture you, always on the bottom. All right, so the contest for doing the hashtag, things like that, winning a $25 Amazon gift card, I will DM you to get that sent to you, is Quiz
Guess
Show.
what?
Quiz show.
Oh!
Oh,
Show!
Nice.
it had to be that motherfucker.
Yep,
Yeah.
Quiz Show. So even if you're not in the chat, I will DM you and let you know you won the prize.
I love
Spend it
that.
wisely.
That was going to be Jake's reaction, no matter who was going to be called. It had
No,
to be that
it's absolutely like quiz show that motherfucker.
Everyone on Jake's contact list on his phone is that motherfucker.
Yeah. I don't know how he did purchasing, and all the calls come in as that motherfucker. And he's like, must
like
be
every phone number is programmed with that name.
Oh.
I want to throw up a shirt too.
Yeah.
What do we want to put up for people to do for the shirt?
Do you want to start the contest now when you maybe announce it on Chill or something to give them time to do it or something? Or
Or do we want to just use the example we got now
fuck
and
it.
then roll it out?
that has to be something
Fuck it,
quick
do it now.
because I do want to wrap up the show pretty quick. So something. What should we do?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like, what do I need to do to get Nat's shirt? Because I'm a giant Pink Floyd fan.
Oh, yeah.
They're Eevees.
The
I
sweet
want
Eevee
Pokemon.
Evolution t-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd and Pokemon. That's cool.
Well, if you want to wrap it up,
No, that
we
is
can do
it-
it tomorrow.
Wait. It's the Eevee Evolutions.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
Eeveelution. You can
I
find
didn't
it.
realize that.
Yeah, you
I
can
do.
find it
That's
on
the-
TeePublic. You can
That's
find
a
it on TeePublic where
combination
you
of
can
both
also find
me
the
and my
collab.
brother. That's like the quintessential Cinefanatic shirt right there.
Yeah.
Nat, actually, speaking of Pokemon, let me tell you.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
I made a Twitter post a few weeks ago asking
Okay.
about digital art freelance artists to make me a personalized Pokemon picture. Okay. And I got it. And I'm getting personalized Pokemon pictures for Christmas for my brother and his fiance because they have Bulbasaurs that are in love with each other as well. And it's going to be a whole thing for Christmas. I'm having it blown up.
So
That's
Merry
awesome.
Christmas. Here's Bulbasaurs that are in love with each other. Y'all,
And their
imagine what that looks
Pokemon,
like.
not only that, their Pokemon trainers are going to be like reflected on them. So
That's weird. That's not Chansey. But before we start to wrap up, Kelsey,
it's for them and not me, you asshat. Okay, Chansey, how dare you give me Chansey? Why the F would you give me Chansey?
If you don't
Why?
understand that reference, go watch Twitch Tuesdays right there every Tuesday, 6 p.m.
We like to rank and tier people as well. So
I
like,
can't believe you gave
yeah,
me.
last week we rank and tiered the call to action host.
yeah,
I had nothing to do with that
Wow.
list. That was all Dylan.
That was exclusively Nat.
Nope.
and-
I
was
was
it?
AAA tier, which is like S tier. So I'm proud.
That's true.
Wait. What did I get? What did I get?
You also got.
You'll have to
AAA.
tune in to find out on the POV, Alex.
I didn't make the list. I had no input on that. That was all Dylan.
Of course.
I don't want to say where Paul ended up.
Ooh.
He has his own tier.
I know.
Yes,
I know.
he's in a league of his own. We'll call him that much.
I think it's obvious where he ended up. Okay.
I feel like this tier list is based completely off of like your ability to absorb alcohol. So yeah, I can see why Paul would be so high on that.
How dare you? How dare you, sir?
That would have been an
There you
interesting
go.
one. Dean Morgan coming in with a spoiler. Danny was
Nope,
S tier.
nope, that's
We
not
didn't have
true.
an S
There's
tier.
not
That's
true.
actually not
There's
true.
no S tier. There's only
There-
AAA tier, baby.
There's
Yeah,
only
yeah, AAA tier.
AAA.
Oh wait. Oh, I love that. I
I heard it
love
this
that you guys did.
How'd I do
AAA
it
tier.
like that?
There you go. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Wait, you got to do it, Alex. Right down the middle.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
AAA. That was four.
I feel like I'm making like a Legend of Zelda reference, Ocarina of Time situation reference
Yeah.
right now.
This is the church. This is the steeple. These are the bastards. These are the people.
Kelsey, you want to do the wrap? Start wrapping us down.
Yeah, I think we gotta wrap this up because I think some of us want to go talk some Star Wars on
Hell
another
yeah.
stream.
I just
So
signed up for
No,
another stream.
losers do. Losers want to talk Star Wars over there right
Oh,
now.
come on, Alex.
how
Yeah,
dare you?
Alex.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I ruining the fun?
Yes.
Get over
Yes.
it.
Yes,
Yes.
Alex.
Oh, get over it.
I'm looking
Okay,
in your
get
general
over it.
direction.
Okay, I don't care if you like Star Wars. Get over it. Okay, I'm sorry. Are you suddenly competing for the
Hey,
Star
Alex.
Wars League? No.
No, I'm not, but thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this Saturday night. A very important episode, a call to action. It's been great. It's been a fun time. We've had some amazing guests on the show and some good reminiscing. So let's get everyone a chance to plug what they're doing and where they're at. So I'll start with my right, Chris. What you got going?
You're not even a part of this channel. What are you plugging?
Cousins. Here we go.
Yep. What do you guys got going, guys?
So, we're a part of the Cinefanatics. He's doing that on purpose. We're a part of the Cinefanatics. Follow us on Cinefanatics, but we're not here to plug us. Y'all hit 100 episodes. Follow this channel. If you're not subscribed to this channel, if you're watching this right now and you're not subscribed, you're doing YouTube wrong and you should feel ashamed. Hit subscribe, like these people, like this video. That's the way YouTube works. That's it.
All right.
We're Cinefanatics. Don't
Follow the Cinefanatics. Follow the Cinefanatics everywhere you can. There you go.
no.
Yes.
This isn't about plugging us.
Yeah.
It's always about plugging you guys.
Always got to plug our boys. Game recognized
Hey,
game.
I would plug the Cinefanatics any day.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
Oh, good.
When you say plug,
Interesting.
plug.
You're so clever, Jake.
yeah.
Very good.
Let's go. Speaking of Jake, where can people find you?
Here.
Man, I'm on here.
These plugs are going great.
Yeah.
So
You can
I
find
don't
him
know
moderating any other YouTube
Any
channel.
Schmoedown related chat ever.
Yeah,
Real quick, I
I'm
just got
here.
mad that my brother just trampled all over me, but I didn't realize my mic was muted this entire time.
That's a rookie move, and you hate to see it.
Yeah, hate
No,
to see
I'm
that
so
happen,
pissed.
folks.
I'm so pissed off right now.
All right.
Love
Alex,
Nerd Chronic.
where can we find you, Alex?
You can find me at Marrying Nerd Chronic, aka Eric Rodriguez, hanging out. You can find me at a few different places on Twitter at @real_Alex Mac on Twitter. You can also find me over with Video Drew's page on Cinema Bias, where we watch movies that really kind of challenge us. For this Tuesday, we're going to watch I'm going to be watching my first Fast and Furious franchise sequel, which is Fast 5. So
Thank you for telling me what thumbnail to make for y'all.
Nobody told you. We told you in that chat before. We told you we were going to make Fast 5 the following week.
Okay.
But yeah, we with it. I thought we mentioned it. But we're going to be doing that this coming Tuesday, and Schmoedown also every single Wednesday, not this upcoming because it's like Thanksgiving week, and I have a lot of stuff going on. I'm on my third Airbnb. Where am I? I'm at an Airbnb right now. It's not fun.
You get like a punch card for every Airbnb you go to. You get like the 5th one free or something like that.
I wish, because I'm on my 3rd one in a month.
Third Airbnb.
I also got told by my mommy to extend our visit because the condo we're moving to is not going to be ready for an extra few days. We're not going to move into our place until Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Yay! I love anxiety and I love being scared out of my mind. Yeah, but you can find me in those places, Schmoedown. Usually it's on Wednesdays where we debate Schmoedown topics. So come hang out, please, and thank you.
All right. And real quick before I have...
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Nugent.
Yeah, I was just about to read that. So I got you. I was going to say real quick before Dylan plugs what he's got to plug. Anthony Nugent did a very generous donation and says, nay, hashtag draft Alex. Congrats on 100 episodes.
Woo!
Thank you. Say it.
Thank you, Nugent.
He dropped $100. This motherfucker.
Thank you.
I love the Nuge, man.
The Nuge. Anthony Nugent, the dude himself.
Oh, Anthony, how's your bakery doing over in Australia? It looks so good. Every time I see your pictures on Facebook, because I like your Facebook page, I'm like, all those bakery treats look so delicious. Thank you so much for donating, and thank you.
And while we're on the super high note, Dylan, where can people find you?
I'm gonna bring this way down. All right, so let me just bring Nat right here next to me because we're gonna do our same plugs at the same time. You can catch us on Twitch Tuesdays. Oh my God, right there's a link. You can catch us on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central Time, or not Central Time, whatever time.
Pacific time.
There we go. The other time that everybody follows. Make sure to tune in. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna do a Birds of Prey watch along. Maybe, I don't know. We'll put it on the list. Nat's got an idea. We got Thanksgiving stuff coming up, but we've got all that fun stuff checking out on Twitch Tuesdays. Go check it out over on our Twitch channel, Call to Action. Otherwise, you can check us out whenever we just do random stuff. I guess me and Robert are about to go do Star Wars stuff on PLD's channel. So,
Yep.
Lame.
Wait, Dylan.
Lame.
Do you know Star Wars stuff?
Yeah, I know a little Star Wars.
Oh, we might talk a little Star Wars stuff then.
Yep.
Okay, we'll talk a little.
I will be there with you discussing Star Wars.
Dylan, who's your favorite Star Wars character?
Favorite Star Wars character?
He's gonna say Boba Fett.
Nah. I love my boy Han Solo.
Babu Freak.
I love my boy Solo. It's hard not to. Han.
If you don't say Odie Mandrell, what are you even doing?
You're right. I love a dirty scoundrel.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Rey Skywalker.
I do love a damn myself.
All right, but if I'm gonna get really niche, Dr. Aphra has been killing it for me in the comics.
All right, you made that one up. Okay.
That's true. I made her up.
Nerd alert! All right. Well, while this show is totally off the rails as per the usual call to action, I'm really quickly going to get my plugs in and get us the hell out of here.
I didn't plug yet.
I thought Dylan plugged for you, Nat.
You're part of this channel.
Nat said, "Shut the fuck up, Kelsey."
Whoa.
How dare you, sir? Dylan.
I'm on Twitter, NattyX44, whatever. I don't care about you. I don't care if you follow me on Twitter. Follow the channel at twitch.tv/call to action. Because listen, I understand we're not your favorites, but I understand that Alex is very charismatic.
Sure.
Kelsey is very likable. You know, Danny's pretty cool, y'all. But Dylan and I, by far, easily, the funniest people on Call to Action, bar none. If you're not watching Twitch Tuesdays, you are fucking up. And also, I want to plug something else real quick. Dylan asked me earlier what my favorite moment from Call to Action is, and I went all like sappy and everything. But my actual favorite moment is when I kicked Dylan's ass on Schmoedown.
Fuck you, you piece of shit! Now you're
Dylan. Take it away, Kelsey.
I'm fucking here for it.
All right, I'm out of here.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna. Oh my god! Okay, find me at KelseyKins90 on Twitter and Instagram. Find me at MissQueenKins on Instagram if you like cosplay. Find me here on Call to Action. I'm calling this a night. Have a good night, people. I'll see you on PLD.